Okay, so welcome to the pregame, the CastleHill Media and Home Run Pizza pregame show up here in Concord, New Hampshire. Coach Hines just left us. It's going to be the powerful offense of Concord versus the stingy defense of Bedford. And I've always said defense wins games, so if Bedford can continue to show great defensive strides as they have in the first six games here, they should win this football game. But looking at the numbers are extremely interesting. Concord comes in 6-0. They have let up 81 points and scored 275 points against opponents this year. Bedford coming in 6-0, having scored 219, but have let up the fewest, 26 points, and at one point had 13 straight quarters where they were unscored upon. Common opponents, where we beat Salem 30-0, they handled them 52-13. Where we beat Pinkerton Academy 14-12. They had last week in an overtime game defeated Pinkerton 21-14, and then in Londonderry they sort of buried Londonderry 43-7, where we put up a 30-zip score against Londonderry. So, you know, I'm not sure the common opponents say anything. I do know that the opponents tonight, the Bedford Bulldogs from Bedford, New Hampshire, first time up in Division I, is coming up to a perennial Division I contender powerhouse in Concord. Concord's one of these long-time D1 programs that have fought the likes of the Salems, the Memorials, the Pinkertons, the Londonderrys year after year in Division I. These guys know how to play football. They've had runs of greatness, and they've had runs where they haven't been so great, but they are great this year, 6-0, and so is in Bedford. So sit back and enjoy this game. We think it's going to be a pretty tight game. I'm going with Bedford High School by 2 touchdowns. And I think they're going to shock this Concord team. So that's my prediction tonight. I'm Mike Robinson on behalf of CastleHill Media and Home Run Pizza, the home of the Italian-style pizza on Candia Road and the best chicken tenders in the east side of Manchester. Welcome to Concord, New Hampshire. Here with Coach Hines, Bedford Bulldogs 6-0. Love that.
Yes, we do. Just going to make it 7-0 after tonight.
So you're playing a very determined Concord team. 6-0, 6-0. Read in the paper, 11th time the two top teams have met. Top team is up 6-4. Does that mean anything to you?
Absolutely not. No. I love being the underdog, and the pass means nothing.
They, let's see, points, the spread. You know, Concord scored 275. You've allowed 26. What's the key to this game tonight? Who's going to win this game?
The team that doesn't turn off the ball, the team that's most disciplined. I think we're very well matched with Concord. Both athletic teams, well-disciplined, physical teams. And it really is, you know, the starting or the first team, the first defense against the first offense here. I think a key to that will be how much we can move the ball on offense, how many points we can put on the board against their defense. They have shown in film and some other games I've scouted that their secondary is a little bit of a weakness, and I'm sure they've worked on that a lot, so they'll be ready for us. But that's what we're going to do, is put some points on the board. Yeah, they showed that against Memorial where they let up some points. Injuries, how's the team looking? Very healthy, very good. We got one kid out, just been sick all week, not a starter. Contributor, but not a starter. But we've got some good depth, so we'll be ready. And who are the key guys you guys are going to be looking at on the Concord side? Honestly, everyone. You know, they've got Walters ND as a running back. Their quarterback is good. Number 8's really good. Their whole offensive line is good. They are, like I said, a lot like us. They don't have any one or two real standouts. They get 11 guys on all sides of the ball that want to play football.
Well, 6-0 versus 6-0, the winner goes to the top of D1, and for a team like Bedford that's come out of Division II, Division III the past couple of years up to Division I, you guys have held your own up here.
Yeah, I'd say so. This game's huge. You know, we told the guys all week that it's business as usual. That being said, they also realized that the winner of tonight probably walks home with home field advantage in the playoffs, and that's huge. So regardless of what happens tonight, we'll see them again in a few weeks, most likely, as long as we keep taking care of business. But we expect big things tonight.
Well, one game at a time. We don't want to look ahead. We want to look at right here tonight up in Concord. Huge game for the Bedford football program. We're looking forward to it. And Coach Hines, thanks for stopping and having a few words with us.
Always. Thank you.
And good luck tonight.
Appreciate it.
Nice job.
All right, have fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to have fun. You have fun.
Well, I always do.
Thanks, Coach. I'm here with Eric Brown, head coach, Concord High School. Coach, what's happening tonight?
Football game happening. It's going to be a big one. You know, we're excited. It's good to get to, I think, evenly matched teams, undefeated teams, obviously. You know, playing for home field in the playoffs, it looks like. So, yeah, we're excited to be part of it.
Well, Bedford's coming in, first time in Division I. They've really had their way through the division. You guys are now in the way, both 6-0. You've scored the most, have led up the least. What's going to win this game tonight?
You know, I don't want to jinx myself, but turnovers, you know, and it's one of the things that we've prided ourselves on this year is turnovers, and, you know, we have very few. We've given up very few. So I think if we protect the ball and hold on to the ball for a little bit, I think we should be okay. And certainly, you know, defending they got a pretty explosive offense as well. So defending their offense is a big key to this game.
Bedford squad, like I said, they've led up the least 13 quarters. They haven't, they didn't put up any runs against them. You guys, a big powerhouse. What's Bedford got to do on the other side to beat you guys?
Well, that's a good question. You know, the strength of their defense, in my opinion, is how they run to the football and they pursue. They've got a lot of team speed and they're very athletic. We're, on the other hand, I think, a very balanced offense. We can run it, we can throw it. So I think if that would be a concern of mine if I were on the Bedford sideline, you know, if they can stop all the facets of our game.
Injuries, are you guys healthy? You got some guys out. How do you stand?
Yeah, we're reasonably healthy, yeah. Right now we're looking good.
And who are some of the key guys we should be looking for on the Concord side?
Offensively, certainly Walters Indy, our tailback. He's just one of, you know, a whole host of players like Bedford that will be getting a lot of touches tonight. That's another good thing is the balance that we have, like I said before, running and passing, but certainly distributing the ball even when we're running. So Wally's our big threat, but if we're going to have a good game, we'll probably see each of our backs with similar numbers of carries. I don't know, middle of the road numbers passing wise. So yeah, I think, you know, balance is one of our strengths, certainly offensively.
And what's your prediction?
My prediction is I hope we come out on top. I know it's going to be a good game. You know, we're really striving for home field advantage, be in the first round of the division, obviously the division championship, first round of the playoffs. But you know, we didn't come here to lose, so yeah.
Well said. Eric Brown, head coach, Concord High School, ready to face off his 6-0 team, the Crimson Tide, against the 6-0 Bedford Bulldogs here in Concord. Coach, thanks for stopping.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good seeing you again.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Take care.
Good evening and welcome to Concord High School Field. I'm Steve Beals, and with me is Mike Robinson. I'll be doing play-by-play for you tonight, and Mike will be adding in plenty of color as well as the Statman. He's taking on two roles tonight. We are in for a show tonight. Bedford High School taking on Concord High School. The Bulldogs taking on the Crimson. I can tell you I was at the Pinkerton game last week, and I'll tell you that was a showstopper. No question in my mind, Mike, this is going to equal that test. What are you expecting tonight? What are you looking to see? And what does each team have to do to succeed?
Well, welcome to Friday Night Lights, Friday Night Football here in Concord, New Hampshire. Doesn't get any better.
No, it doesn't.
6-0 Bedford visiting the 6-0 Concord Tide.
Full moon.
Full moon. We're here with beautiful weather, great sight lines. Talking to Coach Hines before the game, he says his team is very healthy. He knows that their stingy defense has to go up against a very powerful Concord offense, and you know, he's an offensive guy, Hines, but he knows that defense could win this game. On the other hand, the Concord coach we talked to earlier, and he was talking about turnovers. Eric Brown, 75 graduate from Manchester Central, been coaching up here a number of years. He's thinking about it's about turnovers, penalties, and when you get two evenly matched teams like that, sometimes it does come down to who doesn't turn the ball over as much. And that could be the game. So
when I think of both of these teams, I think of the word speed. They move to the ball extremely quickly on defense. Both teams, you know, Bedford especially works more of a spread. I can tell you that the quarterback for Concord, when he gets out of the pocket, he's lethal. When he's in the pocket, he has a hard time vision. To me, that would be a key to Bedford, to keep him in the pocket. What does Concord have to do to the Bedford offense to try to keep in the game for them?
They have to pressure the quarterback, and they definitely have to pressure the quarterback. Now, Colella, senior, sat behind a real presence the past couple of years, so he's one of these kids that's come up first time, and he's really proven himself to be a leader in this team. He can tuck it and run, and he can chuck it down the field. And when he's setting up for a pass, if he does get the pressure, look for Dan Colella to tuck the ball, run outside, and make things happen. He's pretty slippery.
He's always been cerebral. He's always been a smart kid, always had a good savvy in the field. What's amazed me about Dan is the physical development in the offseason that he's put the work into conditioning, and I think that's a real testimony to an athlete when they're put in that kind of work and you see that kind of success. Boy, that's a good example for a lot of these younger guys on the Bedford Bulldogs team to go after. As far as defense, looking at the Concord offense, a lot of speed. As I said, the quarterback can scramble very well, get out of the pocket, likes to draw the DBs up. What does Bedford defense have to do to try to contain that?
You talked about it. It's contain. It's talking about containing the quarterback. It's covering these running backs. They had a couple of stud running backs in this program that if they can contain their running game, then Concord's going to be forced to put it up in the air. I don't think that's Coach Brown's first priority, throwing the ball. I think he wants to run the ball down Bedford's throat. And if he's successful at that and he's moving the chains, then Bedford might be in for a long night. On the other hand, Bedford went 13 quarters without letting up letting up points. So they're the stingiest defense in the state. And what's great about this Concord, perennial Division I program. They've had championship seasons. They've had lulls in their championship seasons. And here Bedford comes in, really making their way through Division I. Concord looks like their last legitimate hope or chance of derailing the Bedford program.
Certainly in the conference, that's for sure.
In the conference. We're only talking conference now because
right now.
You got to get through the conference before you can move on. But it's a formidable team. Their offense, obviously, they can put points on the board, and they got a stingy defense. So I think it's going to be a great game.
One last question, Mike. Coaching. For Bedford and Concord, you can't help but think in the back of their minds they've been thinking down the road, because this has been an anticipated matchup, I think, at least for 3 or 4 weeks, certainly for 2 or 3. What do the coaching staffs have to do to motivate kids and yet keep them within the right calm, if you will, to be able to function and to execute the mission out there in the field?
Well, I don't know about Coach Brown, but I know with Coach Hines, he's got a program. He's got a system. He believes in this system, this spread offense. He believes in jamming the football, pressuring on defense, and then chucking it down the field or running it down with that option. He's got two or three really powerful weapons. And so I think Coach Hines is going to just try and believe in his system and see if that's going to work.
And stick with the program and try to execute to perfection. I agree.
Don't panic. I mean, why? I mean, even if you go down a couple of touchdowns, stick with the system. Stay with these guys. Division I's all about who's the strongest and the healthiest at the end of the game. This is 4 quarters of rugged D1 football here in New Hampshire, and the stronger team at the end is going to prevail.
Thank you, Mike. Steve Beals here with Mike Robinson, adding some color. I'll be doing the play-by-play. We're excited to see this game. We'll be coming up shortly. Don't miss it. We'll be returning in a second.
Concord just came on the field. The Crimson Tide is here, and Steve, the people are starting to pour in. I can see a line all the way up to the road, and if you're not in here now, it looks like it's going to be another 30, 45 minutes just to get through that line to get here. It looks like it's going to be a good crowd. Concord is obviously showing up, and when we look at the bleachers across the way, Bedford is showing up too for this undefeated Crimson Tide of Concord versus the Bulldogs of Bedford. 6-0, 6-0 here in Concord.
I got the, about half an hour ago, or 40 minutes ago, I got the second to last parking spot in the main parking lot out front, and there was a line streaming in behind me. I don't think we've seen anywhere near the size of the crowd that's almost filled up now. I'm sure there'll be quite a few people standing around. Much anticipated game, Mike. Concord High School versus Bedford High School here at Concord Heights Varsity Field. And the captains have come out now, and the refs are reading them the game rules. And in the words of one of my friends, he said on the way up, he said, "You're in for a cocker."
You're definitely in for a cocker.
Both extremely successful teams, programs that have been playing each other since little kids. Concord and Bedford, for the various feeder programs, have been playing Concord, and I'm sure that a lot of these guys have played against each other as little fellas, and so the rivalry continues all the way up to the varsity level.
Out there we should see number 14, Nick Bayless, one of the captains, Aaron Palis, 21, another captain, Matt Howe, 46, is a captain on this team, and we also have Jacob Donahue and Sean Brodeur listed as captains for this team. Guys, Steve, talk to us about the leadership that these captains bring in a big game like this.
Well, when you go out there night after night and prove yourself on the field, that's the best place to earn the respect of the younger and the rest of your players, whether they're in the senior class or underclass, junior or underclassmen. I think the other thing that you have here is a situation where these guys have been playing in the program. This isn't guys that have been playing for 1 year. They've been playing varsity now, 3 of the 4 for 3 years. So I think that helps. You know, they kind of work in concert with the coaching staff. They are the guys out in the field that make sure everything's in line, make sure we keep guys up, you know, in control, and you know, try to minimize the penalties out there. Make sure if a guy is down, you know, they're going to get him on the sideline. They're going to tell him, hey, come on, focus on the mission here. Let's get it done. Very, very important to have good captains. I think they do this year. Certainly have showed consistent leadership. Who's not out there who showed consistent leadership is Dan Colella. So we'll take a quick break here as our national anthem is played. Well, we're ready to go here. National anthem has been played. The refs are out in the middle of the field going through the last minute directions from the man in the white hat, and we are ready to go, Mike. I did not see who is...
Concord, I'm not sure if they won or if Bedford won and deferred, but Concord's getting the ball first.
Okay, so Concord will receive. Bedford will put its D out there from the beginning. If Bedford won the toss, I don't think that's a bad strategy, Mike.
Well, you know what? That's not a bad strategy because Bedford has the stingiest offense. Concord's put up defense. They've only, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Concord's put up 275 points to 81, and Bedford's in there at 219 to 26. So they're the stingiest defense in the state for Bedford. So let's see what they do against this Concord offense right off the bat.
Special teams are lined up, not wasting any time here as Keelan McCool gets ready to kick it off for Bedford. And here we go. Looks like a short kick. Swings off to the right, looking to contain the outside. Might have him beat around the corner, but a nice tackle. It looked like Marco Santini with a nice contained tackle there to put Concord probably, I think it's around the 32, 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 33.
Marco Santini, you're going to hear that name a lot on defense and on offense, but this kid makes things happen on both sides of the ball.
Perfect night for football. I would call it a slight bit unseasonably warm, but field conditions look like they're great from here. Doesn't look like there's any slippery field out there at all, Mike. So Concord sets in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion to the right, hands it off, maybe got a yard, little scrambling there. I'm not sure if there's a fumble. Nope. So it'll be 2nd down, and let's call it 9.5 for Concord.
Concord's going to
nice stop by Bedford.
Yeah, Concord's going to try and run the ball, and they're going to try and test this defense. I wouldn't be surprised if you see this Concord team mix up a solid running game with some tricky passing plays. Let's see what he does.
Hard to tell on one play. It certainly looked like the defensive line held the trenches very well for Bedford. 2nd and 9. Motion left. Hands it off. Looks like he's going nowhere. Bedford takes him down. That might be a yard loss on forward progress or a little bit more. It's going to be at least 3rd and 10, probably 3rd and 11. Looks like the trench battle is so far.
They're being generous on that one. It's 3rd and 9 right now, but that looked like it was a bigger loss than that.
Wow, it is 3rd and 9. So Concord will come out of the huddle. 3rd down, 9 to go. Bedford defense digging in. Shotgun rolls out to the right. I don't think it. No good. So it'll be 4th and 9. Bedford held on the first possession of Concord. Well, what do you think, Mike? So far,
3 plays, 2 runs and a pass. Kind of typical. They were trying to establish the running game and couldn't, and tried to pass, and he couldn't do it there, rolling to his right. So Bedford stops this Concord offense, 3 and out, first play.
Looked like he was open. It's just the pass looked like it was a yard short. Bedford punt receivers back around the 32, 33-yard line. The kick is away. Looks like it's squibbed off to the right a little bit, and it's going to go out of bounds about the 40-yard line. Bedford will take over 1st and 10 from there. So be interesting to see how Bedford's offensive line handles their trench warfare, Mike, as they move forward. What do you anticipate Bedford coming out of the chute doing?
Well, you don't know with Hines. I mean, he spreads them up. He runs out of the shotgun, and he's going to pitch it. He's going to run it. He's going to throw it. He's got multiple options off this offense, as you know. They start off trips to the right.
So we got trips to the right, single to the left. Running back next to Colella, flaring out, and that's exactly who it goes to. Looks like Aaron Pallas, but Concord's defense comes up and probably be lucky if he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think he's -1 there.
Yep, -1. It'll be 2nd and 11. Nice coverage there by Concord. As I said earlier, Mike, I was down in Pinkerton for the Concord-Pinkerton game. What a game, went into overtime. Concord beat them by a touchdown. We'll come back to it in a minute. 2nd and 10.5. Aaron Pallas again next to Colella. Looks like trips to the right again. Drops back. Colella drives up in the pocket. Breaks 1 tackle, but is brought down with maybe a 1, maybe 2-yard gain. Looks like it'll be 2nd and 8. Colella didn't see anything. He was smart to just tuck it and run this early in the game. You don't want to create a turnover, Mike. He has, for the most part, I think, done a great job of showing poise in the pocket to make the right decisions.
For a kid his first year at QB, he's making all the right decisions.
3rd and 8 here. Colella back. Pallas flares out again. Looks like a little screen pass and to Mike Valis, but Mike Valis is brought down. Maybe got another couple yards. It'll be 4th and 7. Almost a carbon copy, Mike, of both offensive sets for the first run.
Yeah, one run and 2 passes for Bedford versus vice versa for Concord, but both defenses came up big here.
The defenses on both of these teams are so athletic, so well trained. So Bedford will punt. They've got 2 receivers surprisingly very close together back on their own 20-yard line. The kick is away. It's going left. I think that was by design. Concord picks it up, cuts in the middle, does a spin move, and he gets himself back to about the 36, 37-yard line. Concord will take it 1st and 10 from there.
Yeah, that's Smith, the
I think
kid for
Concord almost dared our punter to kick it to left. That's exactly what he did. If you notice, Mike, as soon as he kicked it, the return guy on the far end started sprinting that way. Got a nice bounce. Looked like he might have cut inside an error. He might have had a little more real estate outside, but nevertheless here it is 1st and 10. Looks like the run to the left, got a nice kick block, maybe got 3 yards. It'll probably be 2nd and 7. Had a little hole there, but Bedford did a great job of closing it up real quick.
Bedford collapses on the ball very quick, and they've shown that through their first 6 games. Very, very stingy defense. Good read. Concord hasn't tried anything tricky yet. You might see some of that as this keeps grinding to a 3 and out type possession. So
2nd down. They give him 4 on that. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Looks like a run up the middle, and he might have got a yard if he's lucky. Looks like the ball split loose, but I think the ref's calling it down, Mike.
Yeah, if he's lucky. There's no gain there. That was a
he got a gain. Spot. It's going to be, they gave him a pretty good spot there. on forward progress. They're actually giving him 2, a little surprising. I thought maybe he's lucky if he got 1. So it'll be 3rd down and 4. Somebody's going to break the ice. Let's see if Concord can do it here. No first downs yet with it going on 2.5 possessions. Looks like a fake. Quarterback rolls out. He's got a receiver down. Should have thrown it to the receiver. Did not. Bedford covered great, and a wide open receiver chose not to throw, and it's going to be a tough decision for Coach Rich. 4th down and a long 1. What'd you think about that, Mike? I saw 2 receivers downfield on the rollout that were wide open, and he elected to tuck it and run.
Well, when you're running for your life like that, you're sometimes looking for survival. But, yeah, he missed those 2 guys that were open. Tried reaching for the first down, didn't get it. But, you know,
they're going to go for it.
They're definitely going for it.
Yep. It's almost to the 50-yard line. This is a big play for Concord. Big play for Bedford as well. 4th and 1 out of the shotgun. And he punts it away.
Yeah.
And let's see what the coverage is going to be. Got a nice bounce if they can get down there. It's going to go all the way down to the 5-yard line. That was a good strategic move, certainly for Coach Rich and his Concord Crimson. Mike, what'd you think of that play?
Classic. Everyone lines up, think they're going for it, and he squib kicks it down to the 3-yard line.
You can't put anybody back, so it's a pretty good move. And on a grassy field, you're going to get the bite that you need to stop it from going in the end zone. So Concord elects to kind of pooch punt, and they've got it all the way down to the Bedford 5. Bedford will take it over 1st and 10 from there. Actually, maybe down to the 4.
I see it on
no, it's on the 5.
That's a 5. That's a good call.
So Colella under center in this situation. Don't see that very often. Goes right up the middle. I don't see any daylight for him there.
No.
And he'd be lucky if he gets back to the line of scrimmage. So Concord closed up the A-gaps very, very quickly there. That's one of the things I saw about them last week, Mike. They move to the ball defensively extremely quickly, as does Bedford. So 2nd down, Colella goes back to the shotgun. We got twins on both sides. Actually, Colella fakes it. Nice play, gets a good block, breaks a tackle. He's going to get out of there with a first down, it looks like. I think that was Mike Bayless, if I'm not mistaken, Mike.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Mike Bayless.
Yep.
Nice receiving, a good job by Mike to shake that tackle and to be able to get another 3 or 4 yards for a first down. So that's a big play for Bedford there. Reading the play, Colella's back in the shotgun. They're going to go trips left now. Santini in the slot. Motion left by Mike Bayless. Hands off to Pallas. He breaks it straight through. He could go all the way. I don't think anybody's going to catch him.
Great block.
That is it. And Bedford, great call. Great call. They were all going after Bayless. I have not seen that play from Bedford this year. I haven't seen all their games, Mike. But that was a well-designed play. All the linebacker core and containment was chasing Bayless, and they handed off to Pallas. Had a nice little down block in the middle, and Pallas just tornadoed right through it.
Well, you're going to hear this name, Pallas. Hold on. This is McCool going for the extra point.
The kick is up, and we'll wait for the ref. It
good.
is good.
Yeah.
So Bedford comes with it. It looked like about a 75 to 80-yard run. Actually, I think it was 85-yard run all the way back to pay dirt, and Bedford is up 7-0.
Yeah, 85, 90 yards. We were arguing over a few yards here. He hit that stride, and no one was catching him. Concord was sucked right in on that play. That's the one thing Bedford will do when they
they actually chased outside, and
sucked,
the middle linebacker,
linebackers
got to stay home on that.
They got their jocks handed to them, as we used to say in the old school. But once he hit that
on TV, you can say anything now, right?
Once he hit that stride. No one was catching him, and this kid Pallas, 3 touchdowns in the Goffstown game, 3 or 4 touchdowns. This kid's a player. He does it running, passing. He's beautiful.
Yep, he's a good runner. One thing I like the way he runs. He protects the ball extremely well, like a runner should. That's good coaching. And Bedford is up 7-0. I think that for the away team, that's huge. Little squib kick again. They're not going to put it back. He's cutting to the right again. He's got a lane himself, but Bedford recovers. But it's a good return for Concord all the way back to the 50. Bedford's D will take over from there. Do you think the defensive coach, Mike, talked to the middle linebacker? Because let me tell you, he left his post 3 seconds too early.
He'll have a talking to at halftime, I'm sure, or maybe even now.
Or Monday at film day could be ugly on that one. So Bedford's down 4, digs in. Concord out of the gun, got a running back behind him. He fakes and he rolls. This is when he's usually been at his best.
Look at this.
But they're going to get him. They're going to get him. That was great defensive pursuit.
20-yard loss.
Bedford was on him right from the beginning and couldn't even look downfield, never got outside the pocket. So a nice defensive job by Bedford. That is a huge 12-yard loss, and it'll be 2nd down and 22 for Concord. You can sense Bedford taking advantage of every opportunity they can, and Concord is definitely a little bit on their heels right now.
Well, they might be reading their own press clippings.
Say hands off.
Look at
and
this.
That's a
what
great,
a great tackle.
Let me see who that is. It might be Tommy O'Rourke, number 52, if I can get the number.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Helped out by number 72. I can't see out here, Mike. We gotta get after Castle Hill Productions to give us some lighting out here, some of that battery-operated switch lighting.
Anyways, great defensive play.
Great defensive play. That certainly was Tommy O'Rourke, who was the main, but did have some support from number 72. Sorry, his parents. I don't know who that was, but we will get it to you because it was great support. 3rd down and about 21 maybe, or certainly 20 yards. Drops back in the pocket, steps up. Got a lot of real estate, hits the flanker on the way down the field, gets a nice block, cuts inside. It's a 1st down and goes all the way down to the Bedford 24-yard line. That is exactly what Concord needed to answer back, Mike. That's a big play, one that you kind of remember when you review all the plays. That's big for Concord. I don't know how he got open. It looked like it was a delayed pass route. And give the quarterback credit. He stepped up in the pocket, did a nice job there.
Did a great job.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't panic, and he saw an open man hit him, and he had some blocking downfield to open him up.
But remember, Bedford's been extremely stingy in the red zone. We'll see what they do here. Same formation as before, twins on both sides. Same handoff, rips a tackle, and it looks like he's probably got a 6-yard gain. It looks like it'll be either 2nd and 7 or 2nd and 6. Looks like 2nd and 6. Nice play calls by the Concord offensive coordinator there. Sensing Bedford's bringing it, so what they're doing is some little delay routes where they're kind of keeping them in with the blocking and then releasing them. And then that situation, that was kind of a little bit of a delayed, almost like a semi-draw play, Mike, and the timing's working in Concord's favor there. Got 6 yards. 2nd down and 4 for Concord. Motion to the left, hands it off, and makes a tackle. Tommy O'Rourke comes again, makes a nice tackle, but he did gain, it looks like about 3, so it'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, he stumbled 3 after O'Rourke hit him, and
he's a tall drink of water, that guy that's running. A lot of speed on both of these teams. Every time there seems to be something open, the defense seems to close it quick, except for the play by Aaron Palace into the end zone. So it's 3rd down and not even 1. He'll run it through. I don't know if he got it by forward progress. We'll see where the spot is. It looks like a 1st down, Mike.
Yeah.
Yep, 1st down. So Concord will take over. It looks like at the 18, not take over, will continue at the 18 and be 1st and 10 from there.
Well, this is the drive that Concord won and Bedford wanted to stop. You know,
2:53 left in the first quarter.
First play, they had them on a 20-yard loss, and Concord had a couple of runs, 30, 40-yarder, and then just keep moving the ball. They're moving the sticks.
So Twins again with out of the shotgun set, hands it off.
Nice move.
Beats it outside. He's going for the corner. Looks like he's got it, and he hits the pylon.
Yeah,
it is good.
Yeah.
Touchdown for Concord. They answered back, Mike. Kind of what we expected with these two teams.
Answered back big time. 2:32. Bedford scored at 5:58. Bedford came back with that 2:32.
Saw this formation, this left formation. Watch, they'll run all the way into the center, line up, and then they'll kick it. I don't know the reasoning for this. Maybe it's just to try to stop the kick from being blocked. I don't know. But they're set. Here's a snap, and the kick is up. Wow, I don't think it's good. So there's
No
a big
good.
point. There's a big point differential. Bedford
That could
got a
come
little
back.
pressure in there. Looked like the kicker was a little bit off kill, a little bit off time, and missed at about 2 yards, I think a yard or two to the right. So Bedford 7, Concord 6, with 2:32 left in the first quarter.
Well, it goes to show why these teams are so evenly matched.
Yep.
Bedford went first two drives 3 and out, and then they scored, and Concord did the same thing.
Yes.
Tip it to Concord. These kids, like I said, they were started off 20 yards in the hole, and then that play which covered like 40 yards for Concord and moved the ball downfield.
There's probably 150 to 200 people still waiting in line to get through the gate, and I don't see much seating room. They're going to have to stand around the sides. I'm not the least bit surprised. This game's been anticipated by so many programs to watch outside, within Division I for so long. People don't want to miss it. So Concord lining up in their typical huddle kickoff formation, then they'll spread out and try to work their way downfield. Bedford got a deep kick.
Nice
Looks
kick.
like Mike Bayless takes it, brings it straight up the gut. Crutch to the left, breaks a tackle, gets a little more, protects the football, and goes down.
Nice job.
Looks like about the 28-yard line. That's a nice return. I think he got more there than there really was, Mike. I think he did a nice job getting back to the 28.
Nice return, Mike Bayless to the 28. He was with one move of breaking that. He got around a couple of tacklers and then just couldn't shake that third one.
So 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Bedford takes over. Offensive line set. Colella back now in the pistol formation with twins right. Colella takes it. Hands it off to Bayless. Bayless takes outside, but nothing there. Looks like they read that play right from the get-go, Mike. And looks like at least a 4-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 14 for Bedford.
Bedford likes running that little flare over there with the Bayless coming in motion and hitting him out there, and Concord read it the whole way. There was 3 guys on him.
Nice speed on the defensive backs coming up. Pistol formation again. Colella hands off to Pallas. Pallas breaks through, works out some tough trench yards, gets back to the original line of scrimmage where they started. Well, actually, no, he got a little better than that. It'll be 3rd down and 8. So actually, that was about a 5-yard run, Mike.
That was a nice run.
Nice run, all done with driving the legs. Pistol again, twins to the left. Colella takes it, looks off the left, going to run it. Nothing there. And Bedford's probably, I'm thinking, at the 30, going to have to punt here. So the special teams will come on. Thought Dan had a little hole there, but the defenses on both of these teams recover so quickly with their speed.
If you watch that last play, we might have it on replay. Concord players held their ground. They weren't.
Well, they stayed home.
They stayed home. They weren't going to be faked out, and Colella had really nowhere to go. So Bedford is punting.
So here is the getting ready for Bedford to punt here. Snap is off. The kick is up, and it looks like it's going to be fielded. Wow, Concord was lucky to get that back. Nice coverage by Bedford. Getting a little hot out there in a few areas.
Getting chippy out there.
Alex Skillings comes in like a madman out of nowhere on special teams and tackles the runner. Tackled him so hard the runner got up and got a little upset, but it is the game of football. Maybe he felt it was a little too aggressive, but on special teams, aggressive was what it's all about, Mike.
Well, the emotions are running high here, too.
Yes,
remember,
they are.
These players know that this is for the #1 seed in the conference and bragging rights in this new conference.
Oh, boy.
We do have a penalty, though.
Is
First
declined.
one, was that a procedure penalty?
It looked like a false. It looked like a procedure penalty, yes. But Concord declined it, and they're happy with their positioning at the 40 of their own 40, of which they will take over. Out of the shotgun. Slot left. Wides on each side out. Whoa, wasn't ready for the snap. The center snapped it anyway, made a completion, and
Nice
looks
play.
like he got about an
8
8-yard gain. That could have been dangerous, Mike, if it didn't hit him in the hands.
No.
For Concord.
Dropped the snaps, had a peace of mind to stay with it and hit a guy out.
Yeah, I don't think
flats.
I don't think Law, the Concord quarterback, ever really called it. I think it was just a little miscue there. And fortunately for Concord, it
8-yard gain.
It got an 8-yard gain. Had the head enough to pass it downfield. Looks like handoff to the running back, and with some extra effort, he's at the first down line. I don't know if it's a first down.
Yeah,
it all depends on the spot.
I think it is.
It looked like it's pretty close.
They're going to measure.
He got a rush.
No, they got it. They gave it to him.
They gave it to him. So it'll be 1st and 10 for barely inside Bedford territory. It looks like at the 49-yard line, Concord moves the chains again.
Well, if you watch that, there was some penetration, and a Bedford defender hit him in the backfield,
And
but his momentum spun move, and he got the first down. So it was a great move by the Concord kid.
He's a tall, lanky runner, but he's got some power, Mike.
Yeah.
Some leg drive.
30 seconds to go in the first quarter.
And counting. Bedford up 7-6. Out of the gun, motion left. Law hands the ball off. Looks like he gets 4 yards.
Yeah, 4 or 5 yards, yeah.
That's what you kind of want on a first down, Mike, if you're an offense, to be at least set up second down. So a short pass is still in order. A run, it kind of leaves you all your options open. So it'll be 2nd down and 6,
and
the quarter's going to run out.
Yeah.
So after 1 quarter up here at Concord High School with the Titans of the conference going at it, it's, as expected, a close game. Bedford up by the extra point, 7-6 over Concord. Mike, what are your first quarter thoughts as you reflect back?
Well, Bedford scored in their third possession like Concord did. An 85 or 90-plus run by Palace that put Bedford on the score at 5:58 in the first quarter. And then Concord responded in the very next drive with 2:32 to go in the first quarter. Really, we had them, but they had a couple of passes, long passes, 40-yard pass, moved the ball on the ground, moved the ball in the air, and stuck it in the end zone. Extra point missed. That could be huge. End of the first, 7-6 Bedford.
Special teams in tight games, just like defense, becomes what's your analysis, such an important thing to execute. Bedford's got one up in that. What about the quarterbacks, Mike? How would you assess Mr. Law and Mr. Colella for the first quarter?
Well, I think they're pretty even. I think Law is
I agree.
more lucky than Colella was, because he got away with a couple of snaps that he dropped and a broken play that he turned into a 40-yard gain. So, but listen, that's the game of football.
Yeah, Dan did not make a mistake. Did not make a mistake in judgment. So I think that's critical for Dan as he moves forward. He's developing patience to wait for the right opportunities to throw it to the right place. Motion left, hand off. They've got some lead blockers, but
nice
looks like
tackle.
Mike Bayless came in and cut it down. And that, let me tell you, if Mike doesn't make that tackle, that could have been a long run there, Mike.
Oh, Bayless played it beautifully.
Just a terrific contained tackle.
Great athlete. Great.
Had complete outside position.
Great read.
Forced the run inside, and then he takes his legs out.
Great
always force the run inside. Even if you miss him, if you've done your job as the outside contained guy to turn that run upfield. Concord coming to the line. Law in the shotgun again. Drops, fades, rolls out to the left. Got a receiver open. Looks like that's going to be pretty close to a first down. I think he's got the first down down to the Bedford 36-yard line. Boy, Law can peg a ball, can he? A lot of velocity on that.
Guy that got wide open had a nice post to the outside, and he saw him, and he floated it out there. Nice direct pass, and Bedford kid was right there, but the pass was there. So first down for Concord, 11:15 to go until halftime.
When I said I was at Pinkerton last week, when Law gets out of the pocket, that's when he becomes the most dangerous. Every time Pinkerton was able to contain him, of course, Pinkerton's got some 290-pound guys that are 6'4", 6'5". You could clearly see when he was kept in the pocket, he had some real vision issues. Eventually, towards the later part of the game, Rich started getting him out of the pocket again, and that's when they began to be successful again. And I think that that's what he's trying to do here. He's got speed, and that's the nice thing about the Bedford quarterback, Dan Colella. Always a reasonably good speed, but now he's really developed and picked up some opportunities to run in and out of the pocket upfield. Both quarterbacks have that ability. Tough for defenses to handle.
Very tough for defenses to handle. If you got a quarterback that can find an open receiver and throw it. And if he can't find an open receiver, tuck it and run.
Yeah.
That 11th guy trying to chase him down, you're trying to defend against all the receivers and the running backs. When that quarterback gets out there and starts running, it's
so
a
Concord in the
what a
shotgun,
weapon.
hands it off.
Nowhere.
Maybe got a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
Yeah.
Had trips left. It almost appeared, Mike, like Bedford knew that play because they were off of that trips on coverage immediately.
Yeah.
Nobody was faked out on that play, and Bedford closed up the middle.
Yeah, and that's Walter Nady. I'm probably butchering his name. Do I get that right? NDI?
Walter Indy.
Indy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Walter Indy. Good-looking runner, Mike.
Yeah, strong running back.
So, out of the shotgun, motion right, drops back, looking downfield.
Coverage. Look at this.
Good coverage. Finds, but nice tackle. Hold on, and boy, did he ever. Who was that? That looked like number 23. Was that Colin Cashin? I think 23 is Colin Cashin, if I'm not mistaken. You only give me a limited, the Mike Robinson, the Mike Robinson Home Run Pizza limited roster, we call that. Mike must have been a little short of time this afternoon, so he put down the first grouping. But that, anyway, nevertheless, I think pretty sure that was Colin Cashin. Nice tackle on the outside. Drop back, screen set up, got some open field, but Bedford was able to pull off the block. It's going to be close to a first down, but really that play right there, let me see who that was.
23 is Connor Harrison.
Connor Harrison, again, is the one that pulled off that block and was able to come in and make the stick. As he had a lot more real estate to run in, Mike, if Connor doesn't pull that off.
Yeah, nice play by Connor.
Yeah, so 2 in a row by Connor Harrison, looking good out there.
We have the updated stats now. The Home Run Pizza updated stats are here, and we just give credit to Connor Harrison. Nice job. All right, this is 4th and 3. 9:17 to go till half, and this is obviously 4 downs for.
Under center. Oh, pulls it in. Bedford covering nicely, but finds a receiver outside, and he drives down the field all the way down to looks like the 15-yard line or the 20.
Mark Gaudette and
Mark Gaudette with a nice reception and a good job protecting the ball running downfield. Give Robert Law credit for the scramble. I mean, how he picked him up on the outside, Mike, I don't know. But it is down to, looks like the 19-yard line. It'll be Concord will take 1st and 10 from there. This is a clock eater, this drive, Mike.
No question. That's their third first down in a row, and they're moving the ball.
9:01, Bedford up 7-6 with a full moon to the opposite of the scoreboard with still people filing in. Great crowd here on hand. So out of the gun, Law is back. Hands it, looks like he does not hand it off. Bedford picks it up. Tommy O'Rourke, Johnny on the spot, wraps him up, and he was going nowhere.
Mr. Robert Law just got the full weight of O'Rourke landed on him. That's got to sting.
Don't know if he was trying to hand that ball off or not, but the running back, I believe it was 45. Let me get my glasses on here.
Sean Jobin.
Sean Jobin did not take the ball. Might have had a little running room if he got it, but Law was going nowhere. Tom O'Rourke with a nice middle linebacker play, coming up the middle, taking that quarterback. Rolls out to the other side, got a receiver open. That is a nice looking play right there.
That's a great
Both
play.
Bedford and Concord putting together some nice offensive drives here. This, I would say, is the most consistent drive that I've seen in the game so far.
And this guy,
both of these offense have the capability of doing this.
Scary. This guy, Law, is a junior, 5'11", 180, and he's playing like a senior.
And he doesn't look like he's real easy to break down. Mike Bayless, a very accomplished tackler on the outside, having all he could do to bring him down. Tall, lanky, and strong. Looks like he got a wide right here.
Another first
under
down.
Center, pro set, comes up, gets a good block, drives forward. So looks like he gained probably 3, Mike. It's hard to tell from this angle.
Yeah, they're marking it about the 4-yard
line. So it'll be 2nd down and goal to go for Concord. Again, 7-6 Bedford, 7:59 clock running. Last I checked, I believe that they received the ball here about what? I think it was about 11:40, something like that, just at the beginning of the half. And so we've got a 4 or 5 minute you know, passing offense type drive. That's a long drive for a passing offense.
Started on their own 41, so they're
Law,
moving this ball.
Law under the, sorry about that, Mike. Law run to center again. Hammers it
it
straight through, gets some second effort. But we'll see where they mark it on forward progress.
Well, I'll tell you,
somebody came in hard there and drove it. Looked like number 90. I believe that's Bells, Ryan Bells. I can tell you, knowing Ryan from coaching him for a number of years, Ryan does
number
not.
Number 90 is Eric Glassman.
Eric Glassman. Okay, so it was Eric Glassman. I get mixed up between the two ends. Eric Glassman been playing fantastic all year long. Really comes in with a lot of big plays at the right time, Mike.
Yeah,
he's got that second engine when you need it to go.
Big play here, 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. Law under center. Offset to the left. Hands it off again. He's got a hold. Runs in. And it's a touchdown for Concord as the fans stand up here, like what they saw. That was a very, very impressive drive, Mike.
Yeah, over 60 yards.
About just under 5 minutes. Pretty good drive right there.
Well,
the down blocking on that play was tremendous. He literally could just walk in there.
The 2-yard plunge, it looks like they had the center all bottled up, and he went slightly to the right and walked right in. So, and now Concord scored back-to-back with 6:51 to go until halftime.
Excellent play calling by Coach Rich on that, Mike, on that drive, Mike. Really mixed it up. Bedford had a few anticipated plays where they really looked solid, but there were other plays where I really think Concord did a great job of creating some deception in there. And give Law a lot of credit there as far as of passing in and out of the pocket. He found some receivers. I don't know how he got the vision to find it.
And he didn't have a lot of time because once he made that
Bedford
move, he made a move to avoid a sack or a tackle, and then and put the ball right into the hands of his receivers.
Bedford has been getting pressure throughout this whole drive.
No question, the Bedford defense has been pressuring them. But now that they've let up 12, and it could be they might even go for 2 here.
That's what I was waiting for.
Are.
So 12-7 Concord, waiting for the extra point. 6:51 left in the half, and this game is very similar to what I was expecting. Hard not to, Mike, with 2 quality teams like this. So they are going for 2. Wide right. Rolls out. Got a receiver open, and they get the 2. And they cover that missed extra point with a 2-point. This number 14 is something to watch. He's almost like a mixture between a tight end and a wide receiver. You know what I mean, Mike? He's a big guy, hard to bring down, has a lot of tight end qualities, but his ability to run a route is very, wide out-esque, if you will, very wide receiver. Speed and agility and all that, and tough to bring down.
Well, hand it to Concord on that drive. Went over 60 yards.
Excellent play calling.
5 first downs en route to a touchdown, and they went for 2. So now they're up 7, 14-7 with 6:51 to go.
So Bedford has to dig deep here. They've got plenty of time to put together a solid drive or 2. Absolutely capable of doing it. A good run back here would not be good. Let's see what they do. They do kick it deep, and that'll go up to the 20. Nothing really hurt there.
No.
Might have misjudged a little bit coming up early. That was number 23. Was that Collins?
Yeah, 23. Yeah. 23 for Bedford is Connor Harrison again.
Connor Harrison, I'm sorry.
Collins is 24.
24, and then Nick Jagger is 25.
Yeah, Jagger is 25.
Jagger's 25.
Cashin's 26.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, we're getting it.
We're getting it. We are a long way up here. These are the seats that we normally at Gillette, the 300 series, where we're at right now. And
not that high.
Although the crowd here has got a lot more class than the typical 300 series.
I think it's a good view. It's our bad eyes.
All right, Colella from the gun. Fades back. Nice pass out to Jaeger. Runs it and works some hard grabs. 3 more yards on some extra effort. That's good to see. Nice pass by Dan. Didn't stare at him, didn't telegraph it, was looking downfield. And that comes from lots of practice right there. Ambulance coming by. I don't know if it's coming in here or not. I didn't see anybody get hurt, Mike. Nope, just going down the road.
Yeah, hospital's down the road.
Yep. So from the pistol formation, Colella out of the gun with looks like
They got Concord to jump.
They got
That's
Concord
good.
to jump off. There's a quick 5 yards.
Yeah.
That's going to give Coach Hines the opportunity to have 2nd down and 1 and 2, and that's always a great situation to be in, Mike.
What do we got? Let's see what they're calling. Offsides.
Yep, encroachment. So that's going to bring it all the way down to, looks like the 29-yard line. So Bedford will have 2nd and 1 and really can come out with a whole bag of tricks here. Concord's got a tough defend here. Looks like they're coming after the quarterback. They're going to try to get the run, but
Look at this.
What a great power run. I like the call, Mike.
That's a great call.
I like the call.
You know, you don't pay attention to these guys, and all of a sudden you hand them a ball, and,
you aren't kidding.
They're 10 yards up the road.
Number 93. Well, Mike's got a full roster. He gives me a roster with about 1/4 of the guys on there. I hope that wasn't by design, my good friend.
I don't think so.
No.
Biederman's 93, but
Biederman, that's who it was 93.
He just picked
Johnny
up,
on the spot, picked it up. Just go down and still powering forward. That is one strong young man right there, Mike. Looks like he might have got a yard or two. Just so you know, Mike, that's what we say, how we say yard from Boston. Not yard, yard.
Check that number again. I'm looking
at. That's 93. I'm pretty sure that was 93, Mike. But boy, you talk about driving the legs.
Great recovery though. He saw the ball on the ground, picked it up, and just went forward. So.
Yep. So both teams have a little snap glitch that takes place. We're even on that. Out of the pistol formation again. Santini looks like he's in the slot. 2 wideouts. Colella takes the ball, looks for the run to the right. He's got a little bit of room, and it gets shut down by that quick Concord defense.
Moving.
And Dan Colella just will not quit and keeps on driving.
The line, nice run by Colella.
Colella came to play today. No doubt about that.
That line just pushed forward, and got
so
some
did Dan.
Nice positive yards. So did Dan, yeah.
That was great. So he probably buys himself, works out of hard work, gets another 4 yards. It looks like it's about 3rd and 5, 5.5. This will be an interesting call by Coach Hines. Not quite into Concord territory. They're at the 44-yard line. Colella out of the gun. Pistol formation again. Slot. Santini in the slot. Has a little trouble with a snap. Puts it downfield. Oh, almost intercepted. Dan threw that quick.
Well, he tried to get
Bedford very fortunate that they didn't.
Nick Valis over the middle, and he dodged one. He threw into coverage.
And if he threw that, if that was an interception, he had a long way to run down the right side here.
Yeah.
5:40 left, 14-7 Concord.
4th and 6.
What do you think the call is here? They're going to kick it.
This is going to be one of those quick. Yeah, it is. He's back there and punt.
No, they're going to show punt. And
they are going to punt.
Maybe they won't punt. Yeah.
No, they're going to punt. They're going to show a punt and they're going to punt.
The kick is up, and it's got an end-over-ender, and it goes back the other way, and Bedford downs it at the 30-yard line. So Concord will take over with 5:31 left. Not a great drive for Bedford there, Mike. Would like to move the chains a little bit more, so at least if it stalls, you take a little more time off the clock and you pin Concord deep.
Yeah,
But Concord's got some pretty good field position out there for at the 31, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Bedford after their touchdown has gone punt, and we were hoping to see some points out of that.
Yeah.
Now Concord's coming back after scoring back-to-back with their last 2 possessions.
Bedford Steve's got to come up big here. Okay, from the shotgun. Fades back in the pocket.
Plenty of time. Look at this.
Got a good got a receiver up the middle. Law showing some good movement in the pocket.
That's Smith he hit.
And he hit Smith right down the middle for about an 8-yard gain. It'll be actually a 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 1.
What poise.
A lot of poise.
For Law.
And that's so hard to do. You're sitting waiting to get belted by a couple of defenders coming in hard. And it takes so much courage to just sit there in that pocket and be looking downfield. And trust those offensive linemen to create and spread out that pocket.
And Bedford's putting some pressure on him.
Handoff up the middle. He's got a good opening, and thank goodness Nick Valis comes up and makes the tackle at safety. That's about a 17 to 18-yard gain It'll be 1st and 10 for Concord inside Bedford territory on the 47-yard line.
Walter's
4:51 to go in the half.
It was a quick handoff and a fake pass, and this guy was in the backfield for a first down. It was a nice play.
Yeah, that was a nice hole by the offensive line. Nice down block and kick out from the backside guard. That was well executed.
They're mixing it up for sure.
Yep. Okay, to the left. Bedford comes up. Badly needed. Big play. That's great stuff by Aaron Pallas. Looks like Tommy O'Rourke and number 75.
75 is Ryan Betts.
Ryan Bells. Ryan Bell's doing a great job out there at defensive end all year long. I started to say I've known him for many, many years, and that kid does not feel pain. I can tell you that. It just keeps on coming.
Nice.
Keeps on coming. Bedford digging in. 2nd down and 11. Big play here for Bedford.
No, they got him.
They got him. They got him at the line. Maybe gained a yard.
Yeah, maybe.
This is what Bedford needed. They're going to have 3:50. I don't know how many timeouts, but I think they have both teams have all 3. I don't think there's been a timeout called yet, Mike, has it?
One. I think there's been one timeout.
Has there been one? Okay, I think it was by Concord, right?
Yeah, 3rd and 12.
So Bedford, we feel, at least has 2, maybe even 3 timeouts with 3:35 and counting. 3rd down.
They got to stop him here.
And 12. Bedford's got to come up with a big stop here.
Big stop.
Bedford digging in. Look at trips left for Concord in the pocket. Lott sets back, looking for receiver downfield. Steps up.
Got him. They got him. Nice hit.
And the helmet comes off, so the whistle will go quick.
Who's that? 46.
Let's see whose helmet come off. That was number 46,
Matt
Howe. Strap it up, Matt.
These lacrosse and hockey players are pretty tough kids when they play football.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
They're used to getting hit, and Matt Howe did a nice job bringing them down. So this is 4th down.
Matt was my middle linebacker back, 3 and 4 years ago, and not afraid to bring it. Not afraid to bring it.
This has got to be one
great
of these
kid.
Pooch kicks. Yeah, great kid, great family.
Yep.
Yep.
Looks like trips right. I don't know what they may be going for this one. Nope, they're going to kick it. And that's probably a smart thing to do if they can down it.
Yep,
they're going to lose it.
No, they downed it. They got it down.
Right down to the half-yard line.
Yeah, great play.
That is that's effective, Mike, there.
That was huge.
So what happens when you pin it down inside the 2 or 3 yard line, Mike, you get your defense all amped up at that point. And Bedford's got a long way out here, but they're capable of doing it. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Clock is stopped. 14-7 Concord. Bedford takes over. Has the timeouts. Has the time.
Yeah, and Concord does too. And you might see Concord if they stop them on a no game here.
Yeah, with a minute
even
30
the
left.
first and second, they might want to just stop
actually,
the clock.
You're right, Mike. That's probably more likely. Yeah. Coach Hines may be looking at saying, "Hey, let's just try to get a first down, run that clock out, go into the half with a touchdown down, and come out roaring in the second half."
Can't be too fancy here on the 1 yard line.
Kalala under center, hands the ball off.
Yeah.
And looks like he probably got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, maybe.
Second down and 9. Yep, got a yard. 2nd down and 9. I would be looking at what I agree with you, Mike. Coach Rich very likely could be calling a timeout here in a minute. 2:17, clock's moving. 2nd down, 9 to go. Bedford comes to the line. Lines have been together for a number of years. Looks like they're just, that was close. Somebody got hit. I think.
Fumble. They're saying fumble.
Fumble.
Concord's got it.
Concord's got it at the 1 yard line.
Big turnover.
I don't know who it was, but somebody got hit really hard behind our view. Mike Currier, I don't know if you saw that, what number that was, who was carrying the ball. Was that the quarterback or? Yeah, it was the quarterback. So it looks like Dan Kalala got tackled behind the line. Well, I just figured you had the zoom lens. You might be able to help us out a little bit. We're about 250 yards away. Mike Robinson bought the cheap seats, so we couldn't get down closer.
Well, turnovers. That was a huge turnover on Bedford's part, and Concord, if they put this in.
That's a great defensive play. Who is that? That's Tommy O'Rourke. Boy, is this kid money or what, Mike?
Tommy O'Rourke, and he's a...
brings it every time, comes up with a big play when they need it. That is a big one right there.
Underclassman, but not undersized.
No,
5'10",
sir.
205, outside linebacker, inside linebacker.
So
he
that's
does it
a
all.
loss of about 7 yards, Mike.
Huge play on Bedford. Let's see if Bedford's defense is known for the defense
coming
can come up strong
here.
They have to.
If
Minute
they can,
31.
Yep, minute 30. That's a great defensive stand by Bedford right there for the first down. Let's see what they can do. Out of the shotgun, he's got pressure. Uh-oh, he's got coming in, and a nice tackle. They probably got back to the original line of scrimmage if they're lucky. So it'll be 3rd down. Nope, not quite. Be 3rd down and 6 to go, goal to go on the 6-yard line. Concord takes a timeout, wants to think about it here.
Good timeout, minute 6 to go.
It's actually a good timeout for Bedford, too, even though Concord took it, because Coach Stank and Coach St. Ange can get their, and Coach Hines can get their defense set the way they want, and gives them a little bit of water break, allows them to come out a little bit rested. That was good tackling there. Who made that tackle, Mike? I'm having trouble seeing the number down there. It might have been Valis, Mike Valis. I'm not sure. But it was a very, very good tackle. Stopped him right in his tracks.
Yeah.
No yards, hardly any yards after the catch.
Well, it's all about position here, and Concord's really won the position game. That last pooch kick put it down to the 1-yard line.
Exactly.
Bedford tried coming out, fumbled on their second play about the 8-yard line, and then now Concord here has got the ball over, and Bedford
if Concord has a kicker, Mike, you got to wonder, it's way over in the left hash mark. Do they run a play? Do they run a play to try to center it? I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. I should see you. Absolutely right.
That's what I'd be doing. Right. You want that extra point. I mean, I think they will. No, he's going back for the pass. He's got a receiver open. He's got plenty of time.
End zone.
Deep in the end zone.
Nice catch. He's got it. They're looking at it. They're talking about it. They've got it.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, we're going to have to see that one. I know
I'd
Mike's
like
got
to see that one again.
replay.
I thought he got 1 foot down. Maybe not. I don't know. That you're going to have to see.
Well,
it's dark over there.
Regardless, the Bedford turnover, the fumble on their 8-yard line allowed Concord to come in.
Here's the kick. Bedford trying to throw him off timing. Concord gets into formation. Snap is off. The kick is up. And I think it's to the left. Missed it again. Pulled it. These points matter. Later on in the game, Mike, these points can be very, very important later on. If Bedford can put together a nice offensive drive. 55 seconds left in the first half. Concord's up 20-7. What do you think about that, Mike?
Well, unfortunate for Bedford. They turned the ball over deep in their own territory. As I said, Concord was winning the position game with the scooch pitch punts and getting it down deep in Bedford's territory. Couldn't get it out. And so you're looking at a very Concord's taking advantage of Bedford mistakes, and they're up 20-7.
Because of it. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. I also think that they're putting together the drive before that was a very impressive drive. And anytime you're getting two things at once, you're putting the Bedford's defense out in the field for a long, extended period.
Long time. Yep.
Bedford kicks it deep. Surprisingly, Connor Harrison takes it. He's got some speed. Breaks outside, and he gets pulled down. It looks like the 22, 23-yard line. 49 seconds left. I would imagine Bedford's going to try to go into the half, or you think they're going to try to make a run for it?
Oh, they're going to try it for sure. I can't imagine Coach Hines. He hasn't had any offense since his 3rd series. This is their 7th drive of the half, and he's got 49 seconds. He's going to probably. I'd be surprised if he just takes a knee here.
I'll tell you one thing, Mike. When that fumble there in Bedford zone that Bedford had, whoever it was that got hit, they got hit hard. I can tell you. You could just see bodies flying there. Colella takes it, hands it off to Palace, looking for another one up the middle. Does a nice job jimmying up. Gets about 6. He's very impressive looking, Mike. Protecting the ball the whole way.
Told you, that's a name you're going to hear all day today. It was an 8-yard run by Palace. Did a nice job.
Yep.
Bedford called a timeout. Good
44
timeout.
seconds left, so Coach Hines is going to try to get something here. He's got Keelan McCool who can kick.
Keelan's got a leg. He He's had some accuracy problems. His point afters have been very consistent.
Yep.
His field goals, he's hit a couple of big ones. He's hit a 25 or 30-yarders, I believe. So he's got the leg, and he's missed a couple wide right, just barely in that same vicinity. So he does have a leg. He can put it out there. And if you can get him in position, I let him try and kick it, no question.
I agree. One of the things that we were talking about before the game, Mike, is the penalties and how that could swing in this game, how it could have an effect. I don't see penalties so far having a big impact. Couple of false starts, maybe an encroachment here and there.
Yeah,
pretty even on both sides.
I've got 2 penalties. I got a false out on Bedford and encroachment on Concord.
So, I mean, it certainly haven't played in this game, played out in this game at all yet. So, Dan Colella setting the pocket back. Concord digs in. Looks like number 24, looks like Collins goes out of bounds, smartly goes out of bounds, preserves 38 seconds. So they are going to try to work it down the field. I believe Coach Hines still has 2 timeouts left, Mike, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was a nice run, nice decision by Collins to get out of bounds.
But looks like there's a flag down here.
Okay.
Usually when you see that on the far end, it's a hold. That's exactly what it is on Bedford.
That hurts.
So that's going to change the dynamics of this drive pretty considerably, I would imagine.
Well, unfortunately, it happened at a very opportune time against Bedford, and maybe that's why he got the 8 yards.
Yeah, that could be.
You know, when you see him break it like that.
But not always, maybe not. Sometimes holding can be on the backside,
Tough call. Of all the things that's not working in Bedford's favor, the penalties and the turnovers.
Yeah, well, the ensuing game, over the previous games, I would agree. But they've been ahead by so many points that it really hasn't had a factor.
Didn't have a factor.
But as you aptly said before the game, in this game and a Pinkerton game, that's different, you know?
No question.
Strong opponents. Colella, we'll see what he does. He takes it, looking downfield, steps up in the pocket. He's coming off, looking for that first down. I don't know if he got it. I don't think he got it.
He didn't get it, but he gained
about 9-10 yards there.
Yeah.
So he went out actually earlier than I thought. It was so it'll be 3rd down and 5.
5 or 6. Yeah.
And 31 seconds left. And we think that Bedford still has 2 timeouts. The scoreboard here at Concord doesn't tell you how many timeouts there are. I long for the day with all these spread offenses coming down to high school that we can get a shot clocks in Division I football. Anyway, Colella, nice pass. Nick Valis hits him right on. Nick smartly goes out of bounds. 26 seconds left. First down. Looks like they're at about the Bedford's own 36, 37 yard line. So Colella reading his play, set back.
25
Twins
seconds.
left. Sets back, looking downfield, hits him again, goes out of bounds. He's almost to looks like the 46-yard line.
Got 9 on that one.
21 seconds.
8 or 9.
It would seem to me he's looking to try to create one shot maybe to the end zone, Mike, and maybe pull one out of the hat here.
Might have 2,
good ball movement,
maybe
though.
3 plays left, but we got a timeout here.
I mean, Concord takes a timeout. Coach Rich must have seen something that he wanted to fix, or his defensive coaching staff wanted to repair. 2nd down and 2, 21 seconds left. Concord up 20-7, and if he can get, where do you suppose striking distance is for McCool?
He's got to be at the
20.
20. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 20, 25 maybe.
Yeah. Just to get a shot.
Just to get a shot. Yeah.
Well, that 3 pounds. That 3 points will matter. That would bring it up to a 20-10. That makes it no longer 2 touchdown required. You could get an extra point if you get in the red zone deep and kick it, and then so.
But 2 touchdowns isn't the end of the world either.
Absolutely
Bedford could put 2 touchdowns up.
Absolutely.
And those mixed extra points could be a factor.
I'm just saying that another 3 points here wouldn't be a bad
Not
momentum
bad.
drive
Sure.
going in for the half. Colella back, trips left, looking downfield. Offensive line giving him lots of time, just smartly throws it out of bounds. There wasn't a soul open there. You had 3 receivers down with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DBs, Mike. Very unlikely somebody's going to be open in that scenario.
Well, it's your classic prevent defense.
Yep.
You want to prevent them.
And I'm sorry, Mike. I think that's exactly what Coach Rich was doing. He says, no, I want to get
stay back.
Stay back. Absolutely.
Another penalty against. What was it? What was that penalty? Did you hear it? Oh, it was intentional grounding. Yeah.
Yeah, there
Intentional grounding on.
Not a bad call, Mike. There wasn't any receiver within 20 yards. So I still think Colella did the right move. You don't want to wait. You don't want to jar the ball loose or have anything like that happen.
Well, now it's take a knee at this point.
Absolutely.
You're not going to.
15 seconds. Yeah, I agree, Mike.
Only things that bad can happen at this point. Why force it downfield? Get off.
Absolutely.
Get off at halftime and make some adjustments. Still within 2 touchdowns.
You can just tell it looks like, oh, he's not going under center. I don't know if he's going to go downtown or what. This is interesting. Dan could start that way and then just go under center and kneel, but I don't think that's likely. So Colella back in the pocket, in the shotgun, takes it, looking to hit somebody downfield, throws behind Collins, and that'll bring it down to 10 seconds left.
Tried to hit Collins on a little flare out of the backfield.
I got to give Coach Rich credit for calling that timeout, Mike. They were moving the ball down the field. Really didn't have a lot of DBs back. They were trying to play man at that point. Rich calls a timeout.
Eric Brown, excuse me.
Coach Brown calls a timeout. Apologize, Coach Brown. And calls a timeout and really does a good job of bringing out that prevent defense. Nice use of a timeout. Ball's kicked away. I think that Concord's just going to let it go. And that's going to do the half. So at halftime, in the much anticipated Concord and Bedford game as teams move off the field, Concord 20, Bedford 7. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment with some halftime analysis from our color as well as Statman, Mike Robinson. We'll be back. Okay, we're back. Steve Beals here with Mike Robinson at the Concord High School varsity football field. And Mike, first half, all done. Going into the clubhouse, 20-7 Concord. What have you got for us as far as stats that you can see that have made a difference in the first half?
Bedford struck first with 5:58 in the first quarter on a Payless 85, 90-yard run to make it 7-zip. Concord answered 50-yard drive of their own with 2:32 to go in the first and missed a point after to make it 7-6. Concord struck again with 6:51. It was a 3-yard pass in the end zone. They went up 14-7. And then on a Bedford turnover,
on the 2-yard line,
on a fumble that they turned the ball over, Concord scored with 54 seconds to go in the half. Point after, no good. As you pointed out, that could go back to bite them.
Absolutely.
20-7 at halftime. The big key in my mind are penalties and turnovers, and they all went against Bedford. A couple big ones. Bedford had a holding. They had a false start. They had an intentional grounding when they were trying to move it on that last drive. And then the big one was the turnover with 2 minutes to go in the second half. A fumble on the 8-yard line that Concord capitalized on and went in and added more points. So, turnovers and penalties. We talked about that. It's the Achilles heel of most football teams. And
in big games especially.
And it happens to be against Bedford in this big game. We talked about it prior to the game. Bedford, in their games where they were blowing people out, were having a lot of penalties. And we said in a tight game, the penalties would hurt them, and that's what's happening.
I would add, I agree with all of those. I would add one other thing. Concord's receivers are open. And the patterns they're running and the ability to get some yards after the catch, even withstanding great tackling from Mike Bayless over in the corner there numerous times. But overall, their receivers have been open, and the quarterback play by Law, scrambling in the pocket, and his what appears to be no capability to have vision down the field and finds that receiver, tells me one of two things. Either he's got that sixth sense that all the good quarterbacks have, which I think we can count on. I would also say that they've practiced a lot. And what happens is when you practice a lot, you automatically know from that ticker inside your head where that receiver is going to be. So it's not the same as if you don't do a lot of reps.
No question.
So,
he scrambled out of a couple of really tight possessions. Bedford's put pressure on him, and it seems at the last minute he looks and he flings it downfield, and there's a guy there. So that's the practice you talked about. And everything's been going Concord's way so far, and maybe that's going to turn in the second half and have things go in the second half.
Look, Bedford has been able to respond very well in second halves in these tough games. I have no doubt Coach Hines and his staff is going to do everything they can to analyze, make adjustments, and then come out with a game plan to try to maybe they've seen a weakness in Concord, or it's something that they're not doing that they need to start doing. Maybe maybe the coaches need to look. Maybe they're seeing something in the play calling. Maybe they can change that a little bit. Whatever it is, I'm sure they're having a group effort trying to bring the team motivated out in the field. One thing you can guarantee is Bedford's not going to come out non-motivated. They're going to come out. They're going to come out fired up. They always do. No question in my mind.
I know. At halftime, Hines and the staff, they let the kids get together. The staff gets together and talks. They meet with the kids. There's no panic here. There's no pressure. Bedford is well in this game, down less than 2 touchdowns. So, let's see what Bedford can do. But they've gotta keep the penalties and the turnovers at a minimum.
Keep a clean game
in order to win this game.
They got to execute. I have nothing bad to say about Colella. It's not bad, but you know what I'm saying. No criticism towards Colella at all. If that was him that got hit, that was a whale of a hit. I think you're going to find. Down there. I think, I'm sure we can get a replay on that at a later time and really see what went on. But you could just see people flying down there, and I think that's what jarred the ball loose. But I want to bring your attention, Mike, what you saw down in that Concord touchdown deep in the right rear end zone. What did you see out there, and do you think the refs made the right call, at least from what you could see?
Well, once again, we had sort of a tough angle, but, Law broke free. It was some pressure.
Had a lot of time once he broke free.
Floated it down into the corner. And I thought the guy took, the Bedford had some defenders there, but the guy went up, the bigger guy went up, grabbed the ball, got the touchdown. And what I liked about what the officials did, they conferred, they got together, they looked at each other, they said, what did you see? They gave each other, and then one of them came up with a touchdown, which I think was the correct call, but we're going to have Mike Currier and CastleHill Productions show us that replay. But the other thing that you mentioned about Colella, pretty much mistake-free. He did have a couple of mistakes. One was the intentional grounding. Now that's a call that's a call that the referee may or may not.
I might do that again just to not get tackled.
But he did throw into coverage once over the middle.
Yeah, one mistake.
And that ball did not get caught by either Bedford or could have been caught by Concord for an interception. Fortunately, it hit the ground. So. He's played a great game, no question about that.
I don't see a lot of open receivers. I honestly
Tip your hat to Concord's defense.
I think that's been a difference maker of the DBs. I noticed as the half wore on, Concord was starting to get a little pressure on Dan. And where in the beginning it looked like he had plenty of time in the pocket. It was getting a little spotty and a little changing a little bit. That's makes Dan have to make a decision. I think most of the decisions he made, except for that one pass that you were talking about there, has been a good. I think sometimes when you look back in the second half, if Bedford's able to come back in the second half, the little story of the first half was that Dan didn't do that a lot. He actually kept the ball, didn't
make good decisions.
Didn't rush it, didn't force it, and that's so important to take what's given to you there. So with that, we're going to enjoy the band out here, and for right now, Steve Beals here, play-by-play, Mike Robinson, Statman, and color. We'll be back for a very exciting second half. All right, we're back. Steve Beals here with play-by-play. Right next to me is Mike Robinson, filling in 2 roles tonight, Statman as well as color. Mike, we're getting ready to start a second half. Concord up 20-7. Had a halftime discussion. We've had about 5 minutes, 10 minutes in between. Any new thoughts that you can add to our halftime analysis?
Well, the thoughts are very simple. Bedford's going to get the ball in the second half, and I think they have to show something in this first drive. If they go 3 and out and Concord takes over and comes down and sticks one in the end zone, this game might be in jeopardy. But for Bedford, making these adjustments, coming out, that last drive, less than a minute ago when Bedford had that intentional grounding, they actually had 2 or 3 nice passes, sideline passes over to Valus for first downs. Maybe they should come out and start chucking the ball and pass against this Concord team, who showed some vulnerability, letting up 41 points in the passing attack against Memorial. Of course, Concord scored 61 and won that one, 61-41. But it showed some vulnerability, and so Bedford has to show that, and we'll see what they do with their first possession. I think it's a big, big first possession. It's not a game ender, but it's big for momentum.
Well, I'll tell you, I agree with all of that. I also think that without Tommy O'Rourke in the first half, putting 4 big showstopper plays and a whole bunch of other great support as well, this might not be just a 20-7 game. He has come up big.
Kid's only a junior, too. He's going to be fun to watch, not
Wow,
only this
is
year,
he
but
ever.
next year. Probably looking at one of our captains for next year.
All right, Concord kicking off. Bedford's deep. 23, Connor Harrison loses the ball down the other end. They're looking to cover, and luckily for Bedford,
A little lazy on that with Connor.
he was able to get the ball back. If that bounded a few more rolls, Mike, that might have been Concord on the 16, 17-yard line. So Bedford going to be starting deep in their own zone. It looks like to me on the 16. 1st and 10. We'll see if Bedford can put together a nice sustained drive here, Mike. I would agree with you. It's at some point you probably got to get out of that pistol and start putting the ball up a little bit.
Yeah, and Bedford's had some really, really terrible field position in the first half, and it's starting out in the second half. A little confusion on the
Yeager going out
set.
to the wide left. Colella hands it off to Pallas. Pallas is met at the line and literally goes. He may not have got back to the line of scrimmage, Mike. It'll be 2nd and looks like he did get back just about to the line of scrimmage. Be 2nd and 10. So Bedford comes out with a run to the right side and gets
nowhere
stuffed by a host of Crimson. And
Bedford's got to mix it up.
Got to mix it up here a little bit. Yep.
Maybe they're setting them up for the pass. Who knows?
Yep. So we've got Yeager again wide out to the left. Twins to the right, slot left. Colella takes it. Looks like he handed off to Pallas again. Pallas runs hard, but only was able to muster about 3 or 4 yards out of it. Looks like it'll be 3rd down and about 6 or 7.
That was all effort. That was all gutsy effort.
Oh, it was. Pallas comes to the line hard. Shifty, too. What I
Got
like
a
about
holding.
him.
There's a penalty. That's
boy.
Holding penalty against Bedford starting the second half. Shooting themselves in the foot. Instead of a 3rd and 6, now it's going to be 3rd and 16.
Right. So looks like that'll bring it back to about the 7-yard line. So it will be 2nd and looks like about 18, Mike. Is that what you said?
A bunch.
Yeah, a bunch. So Bedford in the huddle.
They got it at
This is a dangerous situation where you got to make sure you don't try to get all of this back in one shot, Mike, because mistakes can happen. You got looks like trips left. Bedford coming out of the pocket. Dan rolls back, swings it out. He's got a block, gives it to Nick, and he's got an open field. Nick does a good stiff arm, but a good recovery by the Concord. We have
face mask.
We may have a face mask, and I'm not sure that's on Concord.
I think it is on Concord.
It would seem so, but the refs are having a conference right now. That's what they immediately went to a conference after the play. Usually, in that case, most of the time, that's going to be on the defensive player. And he did come down hard, so it probably is on Concord. I just saw the conference out there. Here we go. Face mask on Concord. So that'll give a first down for Bedford. And equally as important as the first down, get them out of that bad field position and put them out towards midfield. So it's an incidental, so it's only 5 yards.
That little slant, nifty little slant pass.
It's a nice play.
They hit, and you're really going against the momentum. You're sliding back after you made that catch, and that seems to have been one of Bedford's bread and butter plays in the first 6 games. So it worked here. Nice first down.
So Colella out of the shotgun, 1st and 10 from his own 30. Goes back, fakes the same play, looking deep. There's nobody there. Coverage is made. Dan's going to try to scramble for some yardage. He's done a good job at it, and he grabs every last yard that he could get out of it. He's up to the 35, so that will be a gain of 5. Looks like a Concord player is hurt.
Heads up play on Colella.
So it'll be 2nd and 5. And
that's 42. That's one of their guns. That's 80. That's Walter's 80. Down.
So Concord player down.
He's got to come out. Might be a cramp.
Yeah, he's standing up. It kind of appears to be a cramp. He's kind of favoring, and he's kind of limping coming off the field. Yeah. So that'll bring 2nd and 5 for Bedford. And that's, whether it's a penalty or not, for 5 of it, that's some good movement by Bedford out of the zone with about 4 plays. And that's what you were talking about at the half, Mike. They got to come out and they got to move the ball and get possession and control the game a little bit in the second half.
They got to show they can move the ball, and they're showing it.
Back in the pistol offense again. Dan Colella back. Looks like it's a run all the way or a pitch out. Dan's looking to squeeze up, but he gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Doesn't seem to be working, Mike, in that formation. They seem to be covering that pitch man very, very well. And Dan, you could see he wanted to pitch that ball, but there was nothing there, and he knew it. So he did the right thing, just turn it up and start over again on 3rd down.
Shows the good decision again on Colella. Instead of pitching it and trying making something out of nothing, he tucked it in and got a yard or 2. And
those are the things I look for in a quarterback is, don't take it all into your own hands. The last 2 minutes, hey, like Brady did last week, you got to take it. But trips left again. Colella looking to set up his offensive line on the defense, protect the rush. Takes the snap, slets back, flares it out. That might be a backward lateral.
No, incomplete.
Incomplete,
they
good.
Called incomplete. I'll tell you, there were 2 guys in the back.
That was close, Mike.
From Concord in the backfield as Colella got the ball snapped back. Now, if that was some sort of a screen setup, then it worked. But if it wasn't, 2 guys missed their block because there was 2 Concord guys in the backfield.
I don't know. I lost my audio here.
4th and 5.
It's coming back.
I can hear you pretty good.
Hard not to, Mike.
4th and 5. This is one of those.
Yeager set way out to the far left. Colella under center. Going to kick it away. That's a smart play by Bedford. And they're going to get a great bounce. And that was a smart move all the way down to looks like the 17, 18-yard line. Yeah. So that's pinned. That's changed the field position game in Bedford's favor. Bring their D out. We'll see what they can do. 20-7 here. 9:06 left in the 3rd quarter. And Concord will take over again at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10. This is a big stop, I think, here for Bedford, Mike. This defense has got to show that they can, because the offense is going to need to get the ball back over the next quarter and a half here multiple times.
Well, they hadn't stopped Concord in the last 4 tries. Concord's moved the ball against them. That's a great play.
Yep. So no gain there, maybe a yard. Be 2nd down and 9. Yep, looks like about a yard. Be 2nd down and 9 for Concord. Might be a little early to go too conservative on Concord's side of the ball, Mike. There's a lot of time before you start trying to just run the clock out.
A lot of time.
And Bedford's defense is going to be too strong against that, so be interesting to see what they run here. Concord into a tight formation, hands the ball off.
Nowhere.
And nobody there. And
bunch of guys, including 25 Jaeger,
as well as number 26.
Colin Cashin.
That was a good read on the outside and nothing there. They got about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and about, we'll call it 6. I don't see 8 yards there. I see 6.
Well, that was from the Concord Concord perspective.
Yeah.
They're
all right. From the gun. Law sets back. Takes it, rolls out to the left as he usually does. There's nothing there. They're going to get him. That's a great rush by Bedford, and that is a big play.
Bedford kid's holding his knee, though, I think. There's an injury out there.
I don't know who it is. It is Ryan Bells.
75?
Yep, Ryan Bells. He looks like he's okay. He's running off. Probably got twisted as Law tried to move during the tackle. Might have got his leg pounced on by one of his own men trying to support the tackle. So Concord's pinned in really deep here, and the Bedford punt returners are only on the 50-yard line. So Bedford's going to hopefully come up here with some real good, nice that's punt. A heck of a punt.
Push them back.
We'll see if they can get some yardage here.
Some blocks.
He's got
Pushing it up. Valis.
One
more
block.
He's gone.
That's just what they needed. And he's in.
No flags. Touchdown.
No flags. That is a touchdown. And Bedford all the way has the opportunity here to get it up to 20-14. That is the oxygen that Bedford needed here. That was a great block read by Valis. You see how he just kind of worked it down the field, waited for his blocks to engage, and then took off.
It was like a 55, 60-yard punt return, too.
Close to a 60.
Yeah, 60. We'll give him 60 yards on that.
So Keelan McCool looking for the extra point. Snap is up, and looks like it is right down the middle. So that'll bring Bedford within 6 points, 20-14, with 7:20 left in the third quarter. This game's tightened right back up again, Mike.
Right back up again. 20-14. A great
good job.
It was a heck of a punt by the Concord kid on his goal line.
Great hang time.
Put it out about 55 yards, and Bayless settled underneath it.
I think the secret there was really only one pursuer down the field, and he was blocked by two guys. Bayless didn't even see anybody until he got down to the 40. And
nice blocking scheme on Bedford on that punt return, and big punt return for a score for Bedford. That's something Concord quieted this Concord crowd down, who was pretty vocal at the end of the first half. Now
so this is where the momentum can change.
No question.
So McCool kicking off at the 40. Bedford should hopefully be able to pin them deep here. McCool kicks it off. Nice kick.
Nice kick.
Nice kick.
Bounds. Look at this.
Picks it up.
The 10.
Going to have a handoff here. He keeps it.
Handoff.
He's looking for a lane. He's got a lane. And if he breaks outside, if he went outside, he would have been further. But that's a great return by Concord.
Great return, 45 yards.
Very impressed with these special teams, Mike. The way that these on both sides of the ball are following their blocks. That's part of being a good runner, is knowing that you've got 10 other guys out there that are supporting you, knowing how to use them, and picking the right timing to hit the stride. And both Mike Bayless as well as the young man here from Concord did a great job on both sides of the ball doing that. Well, Bedford is going to dig in here on D, see what we can do to get the ball back. Law's in the pocket. In the shotgun.
Handoff.
Run up the middle.
That's that handoff they did earlier, and I'm surprised they haven't picked up on that.
He's down.
The fumble.
The fumble.
Ball's on the ground. Oh, they're calling it dead. They're calling it dead. That's one of those. I thought he
was on his back.
It's a quick hitter.
He's hurt again, Mike.
Idy.
Yep. He's pulled up again.
Yeah, that's the second time. This is.
Yep.
They're calling timeout now. That's one of those. It was a quick hitter to Idy right up the middle, and then he fakes that pass out.
The pass.
It holds the linebackers
the DBs back, and
then
linebackers.
This guy runs up and makes 15 yards for a first down.
Law is very impressive as a quarterback. Very tight. He takes all the fakes all the fakes, Mike. Not just that one. All game he's been executing those fakes very, very well.
Yeah.
And what Mike was talking about earlier there, fans. That is so important, as Mike said, to get those linebackers to hold their position, don't come up, which is what allows that extra yardage to take place, and sometimes forces them to stay inside and hold the post so they can run outside, so the runner can get outside. This doesn't look good for the Concord runner. This is the second time he's been down in as many plays.
Well, the first time he went down, I thought it might have been a knee or a groin. This
it looks
time
to me like
here,
a muscular.
They're trying to stretch him, so it could be a cramped
up. That's what happened to Manny Lattimore in the Bedford game, the first game, in the second half.
Yes.
He had he was cramping up.
Cramped up
but he was running the ball constantly. I mean.
Yeah, they're trying to stretch him out. What's nice about NHIAA and high school football is these officials aren't in any rush to, get him off the field. They want to make sure he's going to be safe. So the trainer comes out, works with him, and he's going to have to come out little walking a little gingerly, but he's coming out in his own power.
Yeah, he tried to run there, and it pulled right back up again. So,
well, this guy, if that's a loss to Concord, that's a big loss because this guy's a load. He's
allows your defense to adjust now for that. To have him at any time capable of running the ball and at the same time having those great receivers, that's a tough thing to defend.
Yeah.
But part of that dimension now is gone with him out. They're trying to stretch him out in the sidelines. In the pocket, Law. Oh, nice pass. Nice pass.
Side.
I don't think he got enough for the first down.
Hit number 2, Walter Zulik.
Yep.
Wide receiver, junior, 6'2", 190. Big target, 6'2". Hit him out there in a flare on the right-hand side.
While we got a quick moment, Mike, NHIAA just has gone through, and we can talk about this in between. NHIAA has come up with this new division and conferences and 3 divisions instead of 6. When we come back here after this play, let's talk about the implications of that as it relates to even this game itself.
Could be huge.
Pass outside, nice catch. That probably is going to be close to a first down.
Hit the same kid. It worked the first time. Might as well do it again. Hit it again. That's definitely a first down.
Yeah, he's got a first down.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, now we have Concord and Bedford here in the same conference battling for a conference championship. You know, it's creating a lot of rivalries within divisions, within the division, within the conferences within the division. So
just lost my stat sheet and had a nice Concord fan stepping up. Thank you so much.
That is actually a Bedford fan.
That's a Bedford fan? Oh,
and I'm close friends with her husband. So, oh, pass is too long.
Oh.
Looked like he stopped. Uh-oh.
They might get rough in the passer on this. Oh, no, they got him on. Look at that. The referee's giving him a piece of his mind. That's got to either be a block in the back.
Personal foul.
Personal foul.
Concord.
Against Concord.
Wow.
Huge.
That's a huge penalty.
That
Second and 10.
referee got right in that kid's face on the personal foul. Now he's going over to give Eric Brown a little bit of an explanation so Brown knows exactly what happened to this player. But big penalty, and that's a stupid penalty for a Concord kid to take.
I didn't
with
see
the
it. I want to see that
going.
on replay.
We're going to have that on replay.
Yeah, okay, good.
CastleHill Media is
all
over Mike? That.
I didn't see it. It looked like they might have been going at it a little bit after, and then the other guy just took it. The Concord guy took it out on him. I couldn't. But that was Ryan Bell's on the other side of that.
Personal foul.
Clearly, the ref right on it. That is a big penalty in Bedford's favor right there. Big penalty. Huge mistake by the Concord player to put his team in that situation. They're kind of driving down the field. They've moved it in Bedford territory. Wow. Second down and about 25 now with a 15-yard penalty.
They're giving it a little flare over there. Coverage. Nice coverage.
Nice coverage by Bedford. Good job.
Good job.
Hey, 5 yards there isn't going to mean anything in the scheme of things. It's the downs they're going to be shorter. So it'll be third down. And
actually, they're calling it 2nd and 20 over there. It is second down.
They had the dart. Okay, so they didn't get shot. That they took the penalty, so it will be second down. No, they still got the third on there. Ah, there we go. They just changed it. Okay. It didn't seem like it was second down. That was the first down, and they got a penalty. So you're right. That is second down, and 20 yards to go. Concord takes it.
There's that play again.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere.
They didn't buy that at all.
Great job again. Number 50.
50 for Bedford.
I think it's Robert Lammy.
It is Robert Lammy.
Yeah, nice job by Robert Lammy to come up and fill that hole with support from his linebacker core.
3rd and 18. Huge defensive play for Bedford.
Probably 4-down territory here unless they get hardly any yards.
No question, but if we can stop them here or like you said, give them 4 or 5 yards, that's fine.
That's fine. They'll probably maybe. I still doubt they'll try to punt.
Check out this number 2 closest to us.
So motion left. Wow, that ball was close to being hit.
Look at that.
He's got him downfield.
No way. No way.
Wow. Oh, he threw a flag.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable he threw that flag. That is a terrible, terrible call. And when we see this on replay, that was an uncatchable ball. I see a couple of referees talking upfield.
I didn't see it as uncatchable. I saw it as I think they're calling him on a trip.
Push.
Push, yeah.
Ah, terrible.
Yeah, I didn't see a push, but I do believe that was a catchable ball, but I didn't see any infraction, Mike.
Yeah, boy.
I saw 3 guys looking back trying to get the ball. Is that what you saw? That's what I saw.
Saw a terrible call.
If there was contact, it certainly appeared incidental. And it was a delayed call, too. Yeah. It was kind of 3 or 4 seconds after the fact.
2 defenders. The guy didn't have a chance of getting this ball, and then they're calling that penalty. I really would like to see that on replay.
That is a big, big call right there.
It'll be first down. No. They're going to get 10 yards, so it's 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 is a lot different than 3rd and 20, Mike.
Yeah. God.
So now it clearly is in 4-down territory without any question. And they got 2 downs now. They can go for it. Under center, Law hands the ball off. Got a block to the right and a flag there. That's going to be another face mask right there.
Yeah, that was clearly a face mask call.
I'm not sure that was an incidental, too. His whole head turned around. We'll see what they call. It's going to be a first down.
No question.
We'll see what the ref, see what the man in the white hat says.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So I would say that's a personal foul, Mike. That's not an incidental. That's 15 yards.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring the ball all the way down to probably the Bedford 3. And, boy, penalties. I really want to see that one again, that interference call. I can't imagine. I didn't see any hands on anybody, Mike,
First
on that.
and goal at the 9.
At the 9, okay. Sorry, I was 5 yards off here.
It's okay.
First down and goal to go at the 9. He's got and a nice job. That is a big tackle by number 26, I think, Colin Cashin. And if Colin didn't get him from the back, he did have some blocks ahead of him to make some serious yardage. So that's a nice stop there by Colin Cashin. Great play. All hustle.
Well, once again, you know, penalties and turnovers really hurting this Bedford team.
Yeah.
Really, they had these guys pinned deep, 3rd and 18, and 2 tough penalties.
Second and goal at the 8. I agree, Mike. Here's another run. He's got some running room, and I think he's going to be on the 1.
Yeah. It's close.
He's going to be on the 1 yard line, maybe the 2. But that off tackle there on the right-hand side, Mike, they've been attacking for, if you notice, every time they get down in the red zone, they keep on attacking that off tackle to the right. Must be seeing something there. So 3rd down. I would say it's on the 2. See what Concord comes under center. They're going to go under center. Lars under center. Looks like there's a flag down. I can't imagine what this is.
Unsportsmanlike? Count them. Does he get 12? Oh boy, they're having some heated discussion with.
Yeah, on the sidelines.
Trying to figure out what that.
I don't know what is going on. Illegal substitution. So that's the conference that was going on between.
Big 5-yard penalty.
That is a huge 5-yard penalty for Bedford now can defend from the 7 rather than 2, and we all know how that changes defensive calls. So that's a big one for Bedford. So it'll be 3rd down and 7. Looks like he was trying to probably get in a key player last minute after hours, so to speak, and the refs were going to see nothing of it.
4:06 to go in the 3rd.
So, yeah, that's probably down to the 4.
Yeah.
So now's a big question. 23-14 would make it a 9-point differential. You got to take a look at that seriously, Mike, because that would put it.
I think Concord's going for this thing. They may try and draw Bedford offsides. They may have them try and move.
But Mike, when you think about it, if they get a 3-point field goal, that's going to make it 23-14, which is a 9-point.
They aren't thinking field goal here.
They are not going field goal.
Eric Brown's going for it. The crowd's on their feet. Timeout Concord. Yeah, maybe he just wanted to see what Bedford was going to come out in. So they're playing a little game of wits here.
3:28 left in the 3rd quarter. This is a long quarter, Mike.
Well, a couple things. A couple of tough breaks on Bedford's part. That push in the back down the field, and then they had a face mask penalty, a personal foul, allowing Concord to continue a drive when they were, I think, 3rd and 18. They were out of this drive at all. So tough way to. This is
the other penalty seemed accurate, but that interference call. I don't know where you could push in the back. Again, replay is going to tell it all. We're looking backwards, but
CastleHill Media and Mike Currier and that crew is going to really.
There he is.
Waving to the crowd. He's
if we can take a look at that, I think it'll
get Bedford coming out. This is Kurt Hines' defense. These are the boys that went 13 consecutive quarters without letting up a score. This
big
could
down
be a
there.
huge stand
Yeah,
for the
that's
Bedford defense.
What you got to think about is the momentum that Bedford gets after a stop. So here we go. Law surprisingly is under center here. Rolls out, puts it in the end zone, and it's a touchdown. This kid Law is a cool-headed guy. Again, Mike, we talked at halftime about practice. You know, he threw to a spot, Mike. That wasn't to a receiver. He threw to a spot, and the receiver went up and got it. So Concord cashes in here, and that'll make it 26 to 14.
Might go for 2 here, too.
Really was hoping Bedford was going to be able to stop that because they really did a nice job, stuffing some of the runs. It would have been I was really surprised that he didn't go to – here we go. He's going to go for 2. He's rolling out. He's got a receiver. He's going to go for the end zone, and Bedford brought him down. I think that's Colin Cashin again, if I'm not mistaken. And let me tell you, that kid's got some wheels chasing down. What an excellent defensive play by Colin Cashin. Yep. Outstanding.
Yeah, great play.
And that keeps them within 12 points, Mike.
Excuse me, Connor Harrison, 23.
No, that was 26.
Was it 26?
Yeah, that was Colin Cashin.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Wow, that was huge.
That was a huge play by Colin. Nice defensive stand, and those 2 points mean something. You go up 28-14, now you're up 2 full touchdowns, Mike.
Yeah.
Big points. Little unsure why they didn't kick a field goal. I guess they wanted the 28 mark, but. So Bedford's got to answer back here. There's plenty of time in this football game. This quarter is really had so many stoppages from penalties and injured players and things of that nature. There's a kick to Connor Harrison. Connor Harrison takes it at the 2, comes up, full steam ahead, and he's got some speed if he can get through. He is a fast kid. Oh, nice run back by. I'm sure he was motivated to help his team.
That was a nice kickoff
after the last
return.
situation, and that's where he fumbled the ball there. And Connor comes back like a football player does, and comes full steam ahead, right up through the gut, and gives Bedford some excellent field position at the 45, where they'll take over 1st and 10. This is big for Bedford. You got to answer back to keep this game within a one touchdown differential. Colella from the shotgun hands it off to number 24, Collins. Looks like he's wrapped up. I think forward progress probably got back to the line of scrimmage.
That's exactly what they're saying.
Yep. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Nothing there. Colella coming out with a play. Think we'll ever see headsets for the quarterbacks in high school football, Mike?
Probably not.
Probably not. Colella in the gun. Trips right. Nobody on the left. Colella looking right. That was a... Wow.
Well, that was
Did
close.
you see what I see, Mike?
I
am telling you, that thing looked like a backward pass, but they did. The refs were right on it, so they must have seen it. It wasn't. And so it'll be 3rd down and 9. Looked like the receiver was behind. Maybe the pass wasn't. So 3rd down and 9 here. Be really good for Bedford if they could connect and get a 1st down here. Dan Colella goes back, got a man after him, and they're kind of catch him from the back, and he kind of throws it near a receiver.
Intentional grounding too.
I don't think they're going to. Yet Santini within 7 or 8 yards, and he was breaking that way. So I think they're gonna. No penalty, no flag. Unfortunately for Bedford, though, they're not able to capitalize on this drive.
That was a great
nice defensive
return,
stand.
45 yards.
Sure was.
Bedford gets nothing, 3 and out. So
Connor's got a lot of speed.
Concord did what they wanted to do, is force Bedford 3 and out, and they're going to get the ball back.
With 2:26 left in the 3rd quarter, 26-14 Concord. Steve Beals here alongside Mike Robinson. Earning our pay from Castle Hill Productions. Just kidding. Brings it all the way down to the 20, and Connor Harrison again on special teams
Nice coverage by Connor.
Nice job, and that'll put Concord back to starting 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Well, this will be Concord's third possession they started on their 18, they started on their 46, and now they're starting on their 20. So Bedford 2 out of 3's covered well. But still, get Bedford 2 possessions and 2 punts. So
Yep.
they've got to really get things back on track offensively.
Bedford defensive line down, digging in. Looks like he's running it
Quick
right
hitter.
up the middle, and he gets some good leg drive, and he's hurt again. I think he's down again, Mike. Oh, my
Fumble.
word, they call that a
They're
fumble.
going to give it to Bedford.
Wow.
That's
There's a big one for it looked like
we're going to look at that one on replay for sure,
Wow.
but we'll take it. I didn't think that was a fumble,
I
but
thought he was on his knees.
But Bedford gets a break, and they get great field possession in the 30-yard line.
Excellent field position. Bedford's sideline now is elated. This is sometimes the kind of thing you need. Colella in the gun. Twins right, single wide left. Colella goes back. He's looking downfield. His receiver falls down.
He's got him!
He's got him! Oh, he drops it!
In stride and dropped
Oh, nice pass
Oh,
route
my
run by
goodness.
Marco Santini. Absolute strike by Dan Colella. Marco just couldn't hold on the last minute.
Colella put it right in his hands. And
Right in
I'm
his
not
hands.
sure if he was looking up and saw a couple of Concord guys closing in on him.
I don't know.
But Colella put it right on his hands. That should have been 6.
That was a strike. And Marco ran a great route there. Full speed ahead,
usually
all the way down, coming across the middle.
Very strong player. I'm surprised.
Yep.
Marco would love to get that one back.
Sure would. Maybe he will. Colella now under center for 2nd and 10. Goes back, puts it out to Santini again, and they hit him hard right about maybe a yard gain, depending on where they spot forward progress. It's going to be 3rd down. Looks like it's right at the stick again, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. Mike, this would be a shame for Bedford if they couldn't capitalize here on a 1st down. I got to believe this is 4th down territory clearly for Coach Hines,
No
right?
question.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeager right on the tight end, trips left. Colella sets back. He's going deep in the end zone.
Bayless. What a catch!
He got it!
Touchdown!
He got it!
Yes!
What a great catch by Nick Bayless! He had the better timing. He came up and got the ball, and the ball was
Nick
a little bit
wanted it more.
underthrown, but Bayless just came back, and what an acrobatic play!
30-plus yards. That was beautiful.
What an outstanding catch by Nick Bayless! Talk about going up and getting it, Mike.
Nick Bayless wanted it more. 30-yard
And here's
TD.
McCool to make it 26-21. Ball's down, kicks up and blocked, but it still may go through. No, short. 1:17 in the 3rd quarter.
26-20. There's that.
26-20.
There's that 1-point differential again.
Everybody, this is what everybody expected.
You look at that. When we go back and show that replay of Nick Bayless, he just wanted that ball more. He was wide left. He did a nice post out to the goal line, and
He was out. He outjumped his DB.
Colella was going there the entire time.
Yep.
He made one look right and immediately flung it back left.
That's where he was going.
And Nick went up. Great athletic jump. Great athletic ability. Touchdown.
You got a 3rd and 10, right? Not a bad play call, really. You've
Two
got
down territory. Why not go for
2 down
shot?
territory. Go for 1, and you can still go downfield underneath. They're going to be in somewhat of a preventative on the pass route in the sense they don't want to let anybody behind them. But Nick got behind him and came back wonderfully to pick up that ball. Short kick. Bedford's motivated. You can just tell Concord's playing a little stunned right now. Not a lot of blocking up front in that special teams play for Concord. Bedford's down. Bedford, you can tell emotionally, is right back into this game, as they should. Tom O'Rourke getting his defensive play call.
Well, Concord starting their
Coach Dank, I think.
4th possession punt. They had to punt on their 1st. They got a TD in their 2nd, turnover, fumble in their 3rd, and then here they are starting off with their 4th possession.
Going into
42.
this is a big set of downs here for Concord, Mike.
Momentum.
Momentum.
There's that play. He's going to keep it this time, and then
Nice
tackle.
job. And that looks like,
number?
who else? Number 52, Thomas O'Rourke. This kid is big today. Right now, of all players on the field, both sides of the ball, Tommy O'Rourke, to this point of the game, is my most valuable player. How about you?
Playing strong. There's no question. I mean, there's a lot of guys contributing out there.
They
but
sure are.
From a tackling, defensive point of view, O'Rourke's coming up big.
But he is personally a wrecking machine out there, and his ability to read.
Look at this play. Look at the turn.
Oh, he's got a first down.
No, he doesn't. No, the mark's going to be about a yard short.
No, he's got a first down.
He gave it to him, yeah.
Yep.
He certainly did.
I think he gave it to him on forward. So they're going to move the sticks there. I was really hoping for Bedford's sake they were going to be able to stop that, because when they've gained and they've pulled in that momentum, you don't want to lose it, you know. But give Law credit. He is lethal when he comes out of that pocket.
What a nice job concealing what he's doing, too.
Yeah.
Tucks that ball, almost Brady-like. Pops up and throws it.
So Concord back, Law fakes the handoff, swings it out to the left-hand side. There's nothing there. Great coverage by Bedford.
That's number 20, I believe.
Yep. Number 20.
Levine.
I don't think my.
Did you, I'm still up. Can you hear me now?
I think I am. No, I'm off. So.
Oh, is this it? Did that pop out? In between quarters. Okay, so I'm going to just bring this in between quarters. It's third quarter just ended, 26-20 as we try and get Steve Beals wrapped up. Reconnected here.
There I am, back in line again.
Back online. I'm a little twisted here. Let me see if I can adjust this.
So referees having a little bit of a conference out there during the timeout, getting everything straight. Both teams' head coaches are talking to their players, and it looks like we're going to have a second down and
okay. Can you hear me?
First down, excuse me, first down.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm good. Yep. Thank you, Michael.
Little technical difficulties here, but Mike Currier from CastleHill Media comes to the rescue. And
a little bit of interference by Mike Robinson here.
There's a flag thrown up in the booth.
There is. CastleHill just threw a 15-yard personal. And I got a warning
interference.
that if I complain, I get ejected. So I'm going to.
Well, here it is. It comes down to this, Steve. It's 12 minutes to go in this great game, 26-20
It's a great
Concord.
game, you're right.
And Concord has the ball now.
So
let's see what Bedford
second and
can do.
8, Concord from the gun, fakes it, reads it inside, and Bedford does a great job. Number 26, Colin Cashin. He's running a great, putting in a great day's work himself here, Mike.
We're calling his name a lot today, and so you got O'Rourke, you got Cashin, you got guys stepping up, making some big plays. Now it's 3rd and 7. This is definitely
big stuff.
We don't think this is 4-down territory. It could be, but maybe too early in the game.
Boy, too early in the game to kick the ball when you can put them. Concord could possibly pin Bedford down deep. I don't think they're going to give up that opportunity on 4th down, at least to try. So from the gun, Law sets back, rolls out to the right, gets a good block. He's got a man downfield, and
caught it.
Oh, there's
a flag. They're going to get him for a late hit on the quarterback.
That's not a good. That is not a good play. Don't really.
Not only a completion, but a 15-yarder.
Tacked on, right?
He's asking him if he caught it, and I think he did catch it.
I think he did catch it. They're showing it. The ref on the sideline is showing a completion.
A spot. He's showing a spot.
So I think this is just a matter. They're trying to figure out where the spot is going to be.
So they're going to get 15 on top of that. That was big.
Yep.
Big penalty against the Bedford defender.
Mike, you were talking about this before the game, that these things are very, very painful. Yep, roughing the quarterback. So that's going to put them all the way down to like the 30-yard line.
They're going to mark that off right now.
31-yard line. And that changes that Belichick, you listen to him talk about how important the clock and field position are when you get into the second half. And that just kind of put it in Bedford territory. Now you're definitely in 4-down territory now.
Turned it completely around.
So Law from the shotgun, got to run behind him. He's got a nice tackle
Same play. They just give a quick hitter and then fake the pass.
Number looks like 85. spotting for you there, Mike.
85. John Kiernan, he's 85.
No, I don't think that's John Kiernan. That's a lot taller than the John Kiernan I know. No, I can tell you for sure that's not Johnny Kiernan.
Okay. Well, then it wasn't 85.
Johnny's a kicker anyway. I'm pretty
Sophomore.
sure. Yep. Okay, from the shotgun, got his running back behind, motion left. Looked like we had possibly two guys in motion. He's got a receiver open, and I think it's intercepted. He pulled it away.
Wow.
Wow, what a reception.
Great. We're going to show that again because that was a fabulous play.
What an absolute wrestling match for that
ball. Kid's name, number 1, Smith. It was a wrestling match, and he wanted it more, and he got it.
I was sure that was intercepted, Mike. I really thought it was. Wow. That was tremendous. Well, it looked like an interception. I've got a fan down there heckling me.
You being heckled?
Yeah, she's a nice. I know that is. She's a nice lady. I knew her from Pop Warner from years ago. Nice lady. She's just teasing me. Wow, I'll buy her a hot dog later.
Great catch.
Okay, second, looking for the second. Rolls out, got a receiver open, and they got the 2 back. So that's going to make it 34-20, a full 2-touchdown lead, Mike, with 10 minutes and 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bedford's got to answer here.
Well, roughing the passer, big penalty against Bedford. They got a 10-yard first down. They added 15 on top of that. Big momentum swing.
Yep.
Penalties, and turnovers.
Well, that was a tremendous pull away by Smith. That is just that extra effort, Mike, and then some.
That would be
unbelievable.
That would be something we might want to submit
to
ESPN.
Yeah. You would agree that it certainly looked like our DB from Bedford had it in his hands, and it got wrestled away at the ground. When he turned around and came up with it, I couldn't believe it.
I think CastleHill Media may have an opportunity to send this right over to ESPN on a
da-da-da. He could go all the way. Okay, it's an onside kick. I'm not sure why.
Covered. Nice play.
That's a late hit. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I agree. 15
Mike,
on top of
totally agree with that penalty.
Yeah.
Totally agree with that penalty.
He was indefensible, and the guy came in and hit him. So
he
that's
went right into a cocoon, and you could have counted 2 seconds before he rolled on him. So you got to protect the players. So that's going to be a personal foul and put Bedford in excellent field position.
Yep, Concord.
Took right out of the go. Yep, they'll tack on 15, and that will put it on the in Concord territory on the 39-yard line. Now that's a great place to start a drive, Mike.
Great place to start, no question about it.
So Bedford comes up to the line. Kalella's got his play in. He's got, looks like Palace right next to him. And he's got twins to the right. Actually, twins on both sides. Calella steps back, looking downfield. He's got a receiver open. That's a great catch. Boy, I'll tell you.
Wow.
This Nick Valis is having himself a game today. Boy, talk about going up and getting the ball. Really like the way Kurt Wicks, who we all know, a very accomplished former quarterback from URI. When he worked with my quarterbacks I had years ago for one day, he came down, and he really was teaching the quarterbacks how to nail the hammer. And Dan Calella is nailing the hammer. He's coming right over. That's a great ball. Yeah, excellent.
And a nice pass.
Yep. Excellent. Mike, those passes underneath, you were talking about in the first half, have been open for Bedford. And that's the first time they've really done that since that first half drive that they had. And seems to be open on a consistent basis.
Well, they're switching up a little bit. The pass is starting to work this second half, and Calella's finding some receivers open. Valis on the play before and this play here.
Get down close. So Calella alone in the shotgun, looking downfield. He was able to break through, and he got back and got some yardage. Looks like there was a fumble on the play. And Concord gets the ball.
Wow.
So unfortunate.
Oh, man.
It looked like as he was twisting down, the Concord player stripped him, Mike. I couldn't tell what you saw on your camera, Mike, but that's what it looked like to me, that he had the ball stripped as he was going down.
You saw pressure on the right-hand side.
You did.
The Concord player came in unmolested, no blocking. and Colella picked up on it, tucked it, tried to run.
Did a nice job.
Actually ran into one of his offensive guys standing around. You'll see that on the replay.
Yep.
And then there was a turnover.
But he got kind of twisted in a strange, kind of a strange way, and I think that's when it got stripped. So Concord, from their own 20-yard line, takes the ball, is going nowhere. Great containment. Excellent job. Taken down by number 90. I believe that's Glassman. He is a physical player.
Trent Fortune was in there, too.
Trent Fortune was in there.
Yeah, he was trying to strip the ball. He did a nice job.
Number 58?
Yeah.
I don't see number 58 out there.
98?
Yeah, I think that'd be 93. That was Beatham in 93. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe he went off the field. A little. Oh, nice that's tackle. Great work by, looks like O'Rourke again. I'll tell you in a second. That's Tommy O'Rourke picking up that
open field tackle.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Had a nice counter, well executed. If Tommy doesn't get him, he's got some serious yardage there, Mike, because there was nobody else for quite a ways there. Great effort by Tom O'Rourke. Hardest thing for a middle linebacker to pick up is that counter, and he just did a great job. Very impressed with this young man. Law rolls out to the right. He's got a receiver downfield, and he gets it. And that's going to, wow.
Great catch.
Mike, these are the big plays that you look back on film that make the difference.
Yeah.
Keeping the drive alive, Concord just did. That was a big reception. That's not easy.
That was Smith again who made that great. Yeah. He was the guy that got the jump ball in that end zone and took it away. That was a beautiful catch.
Very athletic. As is Nick Valis. Boy, some of the catches that he's gone up and got.
7:49 to go in the game. Bedford down 2 touchdowns.
Yep. Concord, Bedford's got to be really careful not to let Concord back into good field position. That's so important. Oh, looks like a blitz through the middle. That opened it up a little bit, but Bedford's defensive lineman looked like number 90.
Tried hurling the line.
Can't see the number yet. Let's see. It looks like number 90, I think. That was Glassman again, I believe. Playing a nice game for himself on D.
Eric Glassman.
Doing a nice job.
Junior, 6'1", 200 pounds.
Yeah, they got some good guys coming back here next year, Mike, that are doing a great job right now as juniors. Law fakes,
got the
rolls, tries to get outside.
That's holding.
That's holding, and they got it. I saw a flag.
That better be a flag.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Clear holding. Nothing there for Law to stretch out on the outside.
I think that was O'Rourke that was held, too. He had beaten his guy, and the guy the way that stopped.
Nice call by the officials.
Tommy O'Rourke was the hold'em, and that's what it was.
Good call by the officials there.
That's 10 yards.
Yeah, he's right on it. Called it right away. But Law probably should have turned up field and just grabbed a few yards there.
Take that penalty. They're asking them if they want the penalty. I'd say definitely take it.
Oh, you got to take it. Pin them back.
Yeah.
Field position
Keep
in the fourth quarter,
back.
Mike.
Keep pushing them back.
Yeah, this is not a clock issue at 7:05. This is, they got to, yet anyway.
Yeah, they're going to mock this thing.
They're going to mock it, yep. So that'll bring it back, let's see. 2, 3.
22?
Probably back to like the 26-yard line.
Yeah, 26.
So that's going to be second and about 16, I would say. So Bedford slowly but surely pinning Concord back here. You certainly want them to get a short, if they can hold them here, to get some good field position to bring it down, get within 1. Law, nice. Not going to happen.
Great tackle.
With Tom O'Rourke around, not going to happen. Uh-oh.
What have we got? What are they calling here?
I'm wondering if it's excessive celebration. Oh, I hope not. No,
Concord.
It's on Concord.
Personal foul.
He must have.
Another 15 yards. He might have said a few
Might have
choice
said a
words
few
to him
choice
after he
words,
got
yeah.
pulled down.
Yeah.
And
Tom O'Rourke is just playing an unbelievable game
heck
here.
of a game.
This kid is everywhere.
You had mentioned MVP earlier. I said there's a lot of key players out there, but O'Rourke's been coming up consistent on defense and keeping his Bedford team in here. So
doing just a terrific job.
And frustrating the Concord players because now they're yapping back and getting
question.
15-yard penalties.
No question. This is playing right into what Bedford needs. Look, you got to stop clock, and you just gain 10 yards on penalties, Mike. They're pinning them back deep. So that's going to be 2nd down and 30 anyway. Clock starts again now.
6:40
Law
to go.
under center. And I think they're just going to kick it out of there.
Yeah, they're just going to want to keep this clock moving is what they're trying to do. It's 4th and 29.
And then hopefully get a good punt, I'm sure, is what Coach Brown is thinking.
Well, Bedford's going to get good field position. They're going to have to come down and put it in the end zone, stop Concord, score again. So, boy, 34-20, 6:14 to go. Concord punting at the goal line.
There it is, picking it up. Nick Bayless, he's got a little lane there on the far end, but it looks like they closed it up pretty quick. So however, Bedford still gets it on the 42, 43-yard line of Concord. That's kind of what they need with 5:59 left.
Well, obviously, I mean, if there's a time where Bedford needs to put this thing in the end zone, it's right now. It's going to be their 5th possession of the second half.
So Bedford will take it 1st and 10 inside Concord's 41-yard line. Colella set back in the shotgun. It looks like he's got Pallas next to him. It's kind of a tight formation here. Drops back, looking downfield. He's looking for Bayless. He's got him open, and what a pass by Dan Colella.
Great catch.
What a tremendous pass.
I'll tell you, the pass, but the catch. When you see this on replay, you're going to watch Nick Bayless tiptoe into the sidelines to ensure that he gets a foot down and gets that completion.
Absolute great completion, but what Dan did rolling out, waiting for the separation to happen with Bayless, was really something to see. What a great job working down the field. This kid's got arm strength, Mike, what a great job. Both of them. These guys have been fun to watch.
A lot of fun. Been a great game.
Oh, it is.
It's not over.
Dan now under center, and he's got Biederman. You kind of got an idea what they're doing here. They're going to hammer it. Biederman's got outside. He's going to be hard to bring down, but they go low. And he still gets some yardage, though. But if you're going to tackle Biederman, that's the only way you're going to get that man down.
Yeah. Little submarine tackle.
Yeah.
Where are they at? The 6-yard line?
It's hard to tell. It looks like about the 8-yard line, I think. So he got about a couple yards. So that'll be, I believe, 2nd down and goal to go at Concord's 8. This kind of is the ball game here, Mike. Not this play, but this drive has got to happen for Bedford.
They got to score a touchdown.
Yeah, got to. Colella back. Got Biederman blocking for him. He's rolling out. He's going to look for him again. Dan does it. He's doing the best he can there. There's a flag down. I don't know what the flag is. That's got to be, I'm wondering if it's defensive holding, Mike, on the receiver.
Well, it's...
Boy, there's a lot of flags in the second half.
They're talking about it.
I can't imagine. I didn't see a flag. I didn't see any fraction, but
there we go.
Holding Concord. Yeah, so it was holding the receiver.
Good call, Steve.
Yep.
Good call.
That's
an
only thing
automatic
I can think
1st
of.
and 10.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a big call for Bedford there. 5:04 left, 34-20. Concord's on top, but Bedford's right on Concord's doorstep and looking to score. And with that penalty, that'll give it a 1st and 10. It'll be half the distance to the goal line. So it's going to be on like a 3-yard line, and they got 4 tries to do it.
I like Biederman up the middle.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that right now. I don't think he came out of the game yet. I can see his number right there. No, he's in there.
Yeah.
Shirt untucked. This reminds me of
Refrigerator Perry.
Fridge Perry, yeah. But Biederman he's a house. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to
Touchdown.
pound it.
That's a touchdown.
No, that's a little short.
Come on, guys.
It's going to be next time. Next time. They're going to do it again.
Well, clock's running at their
offensive line for Biederman got a great push to allow him to get a little leg drive there.
Yeah.
Mike, I know it sounds a little crazy, but they need to score relatively quickly because it's down to 4:34, and that would really mean that Concord 2 first downs, they could probably run it out. So it's very important here. Biederman's out of the game, which I'm surprised, really surprised that Biederman left, that he checked out there.
Quarterback keep?
Yep.
Yep.
But they got it. He got it. They got it in. I don't think there's any doubt about that. It's good. So Bedford gets it. That's important to get that touchdown at that point because now there's still 4:12 left. I believe Bedford called one timeout, right?
Correct.
And Concord called a timeout.
Yep.
So that should have two. Each team has 2 timeouts left. So Bedford can stop the clock twice. It's really about getting our D. They're going to go for the field goal. Don't underestimate the importance of this.
It's huge.
Yep. So the snap is off. The kick. Ooh. It's good. No, it's good. So he got it. So it's 34-26. You had to believe this is going to come down to either team being up by a touchdown going into the last bit, Mike.
34.
No surprise here.
34-27.
It's way higher scoring than I thought it was going to be.
It's, well.
I thought 14
for the
to 12.
Number one defense in Bedford and Concord being the number 2 or 3 defense. You would think this would be a defensive struggle, but it's not. It's an offensive battle.
I'm going to throw. We've been talking about O'Rourke. We've been talking about this about Concord, this about Bedford. Remember, I know Dan had a couple fumbles, but aside from those and that one pass, he has done a darn good job of not throwing the ball into interceptions, and that's been key. I mean, you're going to have turnovers in intense high school, but I think Dan's performed overall well. Those 2 turnovers hurt, no question, but they're still here. He's got his team in the game here. This is really Law's time, about what Law can do to get first downs for Concord from their perspective.
Well, and it's also what Bedford's defense can do, this vaunted defensive program here in Bedford.
They may be considing it.
Nah, I hope not.
They are.
Look at this. Why are they doing that?
I have no idea. I do not understand that whatsoever.
I don't get that. There's
You've
plenty
got plenty
of
of time in this game.
The only thing it's going to do is if you can get Concord to go 3 and out, they're going to pin you deep, make you go 80, 90 yards. I would have kicked it deep.
That's the best of circumstances.
But that's why we're up here and Coach Hines is down there.
Yep. So Concord comes to the line, 49-yard line. Under center is Law. Takes the snap, hands it off. This is big.
4 yards.
They're going to try to strip the ball. Looks like he got about 3 to me, maybe 4. Did I see a flag go down?
I didn't see a flag.
No, that's the ball going back and forth on the other side.
Yep. On the other side.
Thought I saw a birdie flying there.
Clock's running, though.
Clock is running 3:50 and counting, 3:49, 34-27, 3:45 left in the game. Concord with the ball, 2nd down and 6, a long 6. Bedford came up pretty good there. This is going to be a big play. If they get another 4 yards, it's going to be 4-yard territory, 4-down territory, no doubt. They're going to run it again.
To the big guy.
Didn't really see.
3 yards, another 3 yards.
Don't see that play. Looks like they're going to trust their defense, Mike.
Well, Concord, they're not going to do anything fancy. They're going to give it to the big guy and just try and push it up the middle. He got 3 in the first, got 3 in the second.
Yep. You got 4 to go. 3rd down. 3:0 clock going to 3:02. Coach Hines electing not to stop the clock at this point. Remember, no 2-minute warning in high school football. So that probably, I'm sure, is part of why Coach Hines is not stopping.
It's going to come down to who's going to leave this field a winner or not. Wide open.
Oh, boy. And he's smart enough to stay in bounds, Mike. Did you see that?
Great play.
Yeah, that's a great play.
That's
Law outside the pocket is lethal. I saw it down in Pinkett, and he's so tough to beat.
Yeah, that was huge.
You know, Bedford's got to protect the run on that play because there's only 4 yards to go. that's going to make it tough.
Great call. Great
It
offensive
was a
call.
great call. Law has done it over. You should have seen what this kid down at Pinker. They were down by a touchdown, and he did the same thing down there last week, but they just did it from behind.
Now we're gonna see Hines burn up his timeouts.
Gonna have to burn up his timeouts.
Yeah.
Probably a good decision by Coach Hines to wait for his timeouts to see what happens. Probably a good move what he did.
That's going
to stop the clock.
That's going to be a penalty
That's
on
going to be
Concord.
a false start on Concord.
Yeah, it's going to stop the clock and move back 5 yards.
Most importantly, that just saves a
timeout
call right there.
And 5 yards for Bedford.
5, so that's going to make it a true 1st and 15. That doesn't change the down set, though, Mike. That's still 3 times that they can run the ball.
3 or 4.
And Coach Hines has not had to call one of his 2 timeouts. I believe it's 2.
Clock's rolling.
Clock is rolling now. Going to hit 2 minutes here shortly. Law under center still. Hands the ball off.
Quick hitter.
Double hands it. And he's getting some good yardage right there.
The line's pushing. There's a timeout. He called timeout.
Yeah, got to call a timeout with 154 right there.
Yeah, got to use it.
So it'll be 2nd down and looks like about 10. I gotta believe, Mike. So let's say we can stop it again on the next play, and they get they hold them to a couple yards. Then they'll have a 3rd play that'll run all the way through to the 4th down.
25 seconds.
So another 25. So the Concord, you would guess, if they do it right, should get it under a minute to go 65, 70 yards.
Yeah.
Very doable, but this high potent, receivers that they got. There's no question that they've really put a lot of coverage on Jaeger. They really have covered him well tonight.
Haven't heard his name much in the second half.
I've been watching. They've been covering him. They've been all over him because he had such a great week.
He did against Goffstown, yeah.
So they're responding there, but Valis has come up big for him. So let's see. Under center, Law, 2nd and 11. Something's up here. Okay.
No, he's telling him to run it.
He's telling him to run it. 154. Law hands it off. Gets to the outside, and Bedford does what they had to do, but he goes down in ground, the clock inbounds.
Clock's
running. The clock's running.
Why is he
and
not
then
calling timeout?
I don't know why he's not calling timeout. Maybe he wants to do it on the next down.
Obviously.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah. So they're going to run it down.
They're going to take their time.
Yep. So either way,
it's going to be under
we're going to be around a minute or so because he'll stop it after this play. I can't imagine that Concord's going to pass it. You've got to trust your defense here to hold, I would think. So Bedford is most likely going to get the ball back here.
Concord's going to call a timeout. They just did. 112.
By Concord. That's probably to avoid penalty.
Gather thoughts. They're going to, for Concord, this might be 2-down territory. If they don't make this, Bedford will definitely call their last timeout.
Is it field position or clock? What would you go after here? Because you got a choice, however you want to handle it.
Field position for sure. You want Bedford to go. You want to go Bedford to go.
So you'd run all 4 downs. Would you try to put a little quick kick
I would
down
run
there?
and do the quick kick then.
Quick kick.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's exactly what I would do.
I think I would do the same, but boy, you got to make sure you cover it from Concord's perspective. This Bedford's got some great guys that can break stuff, as they've shown. Well, Concord's starting to celebrate, trying to get the crowd involved in the game.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Law may try and find somebody downfield too.
I would be shocked if they do that. They're going to roll him.
Look at the pass. Oh, what a great hit.
Yep.
Okay.
So this will continue to run the clock.
Going to call timeout, right? Yeah, come on. Yeah.
You just lost 8 seconds.
Not that much, but too many.
6 seconds.
Yeah, too many. It should have been a timeout right away. So it's 4th and 11. This is going to be one of those squib kicks.
I would assume so. So Concord, we assume, is going to try to pin Bedford deep.
and then make Bedford go
all with no
90 plus
timeouts.
yards with no timeouts.
Yeah. Such a great thing about this game, Mike. Football's, to me, it's my favorite by far. But there's so much strategy that goes into the game when with clock management, play management. Coaching is in these situations is such a critical part of a team winning. Not staying cool, managing the game, knowing how to manage a clock, knowing how to manage your timeouts. It is an art in itself for a head coach to handle.
No question. And Eric Brown's done a nice job of it so
done a
far.
nice job. Great job.
On Concord side. And, Bedford, for being down a touchdown.
You got to give Bedford credit here.
Heck of a game. This is why these two teams were 6-0.
So he's under center. Can't imagine how he's going to kick it, Mike, with that. Unless he's trying to get him to come off sides. They're going to go.
Pass again. They got him.
They got him.
Wow.
And they got great field position.
That was a mistake.
That was a huge mistake.
That was a mistake on Eric. We just were giving Eric Brown all kinds of accolades, but he made a huge mistake.
All you've got to do is pooch that ball down.
Yeah, make them go 90 yards.
Make
now
them go
Bedford's
90 yards. Bedford's
65
in a great
yards.
situation with
And
55 seconds.
Coming right out.
Wow. Let's see what Bedford can do here. Dan Colella in the pocket. In the shotgun, excuse me. He's got twins on both sides. Clock isn't even moving. Oh, that's a great hit inbounds.
Yeah.
That is.
The guy's hurt. Somebody's hurt over there, too.
Yeah,
He flung him to the ground.
Yeah.
They're going to have to call timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an injury timeout. I don't know who that is. That's either.
And he's got to come out. Well, he was lined up from about 7 yards away. The DB came up and hit whoever that is really hard.
That's
it looks like Jaeger. It's Jaeger. Yeah. Okay.
And they're going to wind this thing right away.
They're going to wind the clock right away.
Yeah. They better get ready to go.
I can't believe they haven't wound it yet. There we go. Wow.
Bedford was caught off guard here. They just let up a few seconds here. This was not good clock management.
There was motion. They got it. Yep, there was motion. It's going to come back, Mike. It's going to come back.
Yeah. 26 seconds.
Yeah, there was the Bedford wasn't set on the far left. Wasn't set. Jaeger checking back into the game. I couldn't tell who it was. It looked like number 6. Yeah, number 6, I believe, was on the far end and wasn't set when the snap went off. That's exactly what happened. And it does stop the clock with 26 seconds.
Taylor Larson's number 6.
T. Larson
wasn't
set in his position. He was moving as the snap was
going.
Well,
Bedford wasn't prepared.
That's what I mean. That's what I was saying.
When you look at that. But they gave up 10 seconds. When they were winding the clock, Colella was still calling something out, and they weren't prepared at all. So.
Well, you got no timeouts left, so you're on the fly. This game is not over, but something's got to happen here to get down the field. I can't believe he's only got 4 DBs back. Cannot believe it.
Nice hit. All right, come up to the ball.
I cannot believe that they only had.
Come up to the ball and spike it. Oh, he just took a pop. Timeout.
Yeah. Wow.
No, they did stop it. They stopped it on the first down. That's what it was. They don't have any more timeouts. Who's called the timeout?
I guess they must have had all 3.
Wow. That's an injury timeout. Took a pop. Made a great catch.
I like the play call. Love the play call. You got one of your top runners coming down the middle. The thing, Micah, I can't understand is how does Concord only have 4 DBs back in that situation?
Yeah, they're making a couple mistakes late in the game. That looks like 21 out there. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That was Aaron Palace. I know it's Aaron Powell. I can just tell by the way he's running.
I'll tell you.
Aaron took a hit. Yeah, and he's up. No, I couldn't tell where he got hit. I think he just got rattled. That was quite a hit.
I'll tell you, Bedford, they got advantage of that. They only was 6 seconds off that clock. That was big.
Wow. I really think that Bedford's faring is in a position now that I could not believe with 20 whole seconds left.
Well, Eric Brown made a mistake on that 4th and 11 by going for it and turning the ball over.
Yeah, I would agree.
That was a mistake in putting Bedford in
the
position where they could score.
I understand why they do it. They don't want to run back. But a pooch pick, you only got 20 yards to cover. I think you got to go with it. But, like you say, Mike, all the time, we're here working for Castle Hill Productions for
CastleHill Media.
Yeah, and we're going to get a gift certificate to the
home run
pizza. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, here we go, folks. 20.6.
I'm back. I'm off.
Clock will not move till the ball is snapped. Colella in the shotgun, looking for the flare out. He's got him downstairs. Colella's running the ball. He's got to get out of bounds. He's got to get out of bounds, and he does with 11 seconds left. He's going to have one more play.
One shot to the end zone. That could have been a late hit. He was lucky to escape that, but
I think that was a hit on the sidelines, though, Mike.
That's what I mean, on the sidelines. He went flying out of the sidelines.
Yeah.
He stepped out and then ended up on his rear end, but here we go. This is it.
This is it. 11 seconds. Clock won't start till the snap goes. Colella in the shotgun, got twins on both sides, looking downfield, and they got him tackled, and that.
6. No, they're gonna move. They're gonna stop it to move it.
Yep.
They're gonna get one more shot in it. Bedford will spike it. Yep.
So they'll get one more play in. Look, they got a shot to the end zone, Mike.
Sure.
That's the bottom line. This game, this could be unbelievable.
Down to the wire.
This could be unbelievable. I think Dan's done a good job here the last 5 or 6 plays. He's done a great job. And with these injuries, Bedford's had the clock stopped twice at least. And it's been a huge factor.
Yeah.
So they can take all the time they want within reason here to get set. Colella has the play.
Watch 14 over here.
You know it's going to be 14.
They're gonna double team him.
Watch Santini where the ref is through the center. Watch him, because I think they're not going to double. They're going to single coverage Nick.
You're kidding me.
I cannot believe they're going to single coverage Nick Bayless. Do you believe that?
0.5 seconds to go, and to determine who's number 1 in the conference. Hey, it should come down to this.
It's the only way it should
6-0,
be.
6-0, 34-27 Concord.
Win, lose, or draw. These teams are really very closely matched.
The referee coming over with a little. He wants 5 seconds. 6 seconds.
He's not saying 10. There's no way that could be.
No, he's trying to add more time on the clock, I think. I think this is a hometown clock. I think they ran off a few extra seconds. There should be 6 seconds on there. It's 6.5. That's what it was. I got it.
The point really muted is the last play.
Yeah. Hometown. Now they got it. Now they have it at 0.6 seconds to go.
All right, now they got it.
But they're going to correct it to, now they got it at 6 minutes.
No, that's not going to work.
That's 60 on now they're at 60 seconds. So these guys have got to clock management for the guys in the booth. Now they're at half 6.
They now have a double coverage on Bayless. I don't know. Maybe he just walked away over to the center. I don't know. And they started this way, and then all of a sudden he moved over. I think they're probably, Mike, if you're looking at the defensive setup here, they're probably going to hit Santini at the line. And then they're going to try to control Bayless.
Getting a little audio issue here.
Little audio issue?
Well, hopefully not. I'm going to try.
I can hear you fine.
I'm going to put bubble gum on the. I'm going to put bubble gum on the connection.
Just stay leaning right where you are and don't move for 6 more seconds.
6.5 seconds.
6 seconds. So they got the clock right now.
No, they don't. That's
6 seconds.
No,
that's 0.6. There we go.
0.6.
Right, that was 0.6 seconds. All right, so ready to go here after a good rest. We're down to our last play, folks.
I think they want 6.5 seconds on this, and they're still trying to.
Well, it's still, no matter why you slice it, it's one play.
He's going to let that one. He's definitely. This is a timeout. Concord just called timeout.
Yeah, he's going to check the package. and
Well,
go out and
smart.
talk to his defense. I like the call for Concord standpoint.
Smart timeout.
You got to get your matchups. You got to get your right personnel in the game. They're already switching one guy. I think what he's going to do is he's going to tell him.
You know what he's going to tell him? Don't let anybody get behind you.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to tell him.
But beyond that, I would just say Nick has got the height and the leaping capability to be able for Dan to be able to throw in the end zone, and the athleticism to get it in. I'm not sure if even if they know that, it's still not the best thing to go after. One thing I was noticing underneath is they got Santini in the slot, and it looks like they were going. It looks like they were going to. It looks like they were going to put Santini. Looks like they're still discussing what's supposed to be on the clock. I think they're satisfied with the 6, though. I think that's where it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hometown clock spun off a few extra seconds, so let's see if they're going to.
Here we go. Colella in the shotgun.
Now they got 3 guys over where Vallis is.
Yep. Here we go. Colella takes the snap, sets back, looking downfield, and they got him, and he fumbles, and the game is over.
Yeah. Came in.
The clock never went.
No, it's over.
It's over?
No, they're going to run it. He's running it.
This is unbelievable. You know, Mike, in all due respect, I think they should have just left it. The game's over. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it ran off. I was going to say, how can they not do that? Yeah. So,
wow,
Bedford, it was an exciting game. Concord, rightly so, celebrating. Bedford going off the field, coming back in the second half, Mike. They pretty much tied Concord in the second half. This is really just a 34-27, 1-touchdown game. So as the Concord, very excited, as you can imagine. This loss is relevant as it relates to the conference is concerned.
Well, we can talk about that because
so let's do that.
Let's talk about that right now.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with some post-game thoughts, folks. Okay, we're back after for a post-game thought. Steve Beals here with Mike Robinson. Looks like a 34-27 win for Concord over Bedford. Mike, Statman, Colorman, tell me what happened here in the second half.
A couple things. Bedford opened up the scoring with 7:20 to go in the third with a Mike Vallis 60-yard punt return to bring it to 20-14. The next series of downs was really, I thought, was the game changer.
I agree.
Concord scored with 3:23 to go in the third when they were down 3rd and 18, and a couple of really dumb penalties on Bedford's part allowed Concord to continue that possession, that drive, stuck it in the end zone.
Critical part of the game.
Went up 26-14. Bedford came back. Nick Vallis, 30-yard pass with 1:17 to go in the third, brought it to 26-20. Concord came back, and this is, you're going to see this on replay. Their number 1 receiver went up on a jump ball with a Bedford defender. We thought it was an interception. Yeah. We both called it an interception, and this guy came down with the ball, making it 34-20. Bedford scored on a quarterback keeper, Colella, with 4:14 to go to bring it as close as they ever got it, 34-27. And the Concord ended up almost shooting themselves in the foot, went for a 4th and 11, almost outthought themselves. Bedford got the ball back and brought it down to about the 34-yard line and went for a final pass with 6 seconds to go. But a defender came in untouched on the left-hand side. You'll see that in the replay.
Yeah. And
crushed Colella, and that ended the game. But you know what? Somebody had to lose. Unfortunately, it was Bedford.
Yep.
But let's talk about the ramifications in the conference.
Yep. Conference consists of the 3 Manchester teams, Central, Memorial, and West. Looks like Central of those 3 are the only 2 that can make a play for this 5-team conference. Obviously, the 2 best records in the league in the conference right now is Concord, then Bedford. But Central's playing some strong football right now. Mike, what are your thoughts on how you see it playing out the next 3 games?
Well, here's the key, because Bedford has they got Merrimack next week, and then they finish up with Central on the first at home, which is going to be a great game. Now, here's how it works in the playoffs, Division I. The top 2 from each conference, based on their overall wins and losses in the conference.
Right.
Which means the wins against, Merrimack, the wins against Londonderry, the wins against Pinkerton mean nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
But the loss against Concord, and if they end up losing to Central, Central and Concord would have the two
conference
best
championship.
records in the conference and go on into the playoffs, which would be a real shame for a Bedford team. So, but you know, honestly, I don't see that happening.
I don't either.
I think it's going to be next week's going to be an interesting game, Merrimack. But the game afterwards, you don't want to look ahead, but that Central game is going to determine who comes in second place in this conference and goes on for a playoffs.
So certainly that does not take place, by the way, in Divisions 2 and 3. It's not by all the games count in Division 2 and 3. It's only Division 1 that the conference games are on the channel.
Yeah.
Overall, just a quick thought. I mean, it is making this readjustment, at least in Division 1, from what I can see, is making some fun football.
Oh,
would you agree?
It's great football, and it's fun football. And
a lot of teams still in the running. We've got conference issues and everything else.
They're in the mix,
and it's just going to make it exciting. So, Mike, let's talk about Bed for a minute. Certainly, we hope. It looked like Nate Jagger came back out. Looks like he was okay. Aaron Pallas did not come back on the field. That's going to be a serious injury for Bedford. We certainly don't want to see that. Hopefully, for Aaron's sake and the team's sake, that everything's okay there. He took quite a hit at the end.
Yeah. And once again, penalties, turnovers, I think, is what cost Bedford this win ultimately. Yeah. They had a shot at the end, but, you know, some of those penalties, some of those turnovers really made Concord, you know, continue drives that they should not have had and go in and score which they should not have had because of the penalties. So we talked about it. Penalties, turnovers kill you, and it happened to kill Bedford. But a great game.
Absolutely.
Good win for Concord. Tough loss for Bedford, 34-27 final score. But you know, we might see
it's not 44-7.
Yeah.
You know, it's one touchdown, and they're within one play of tying the thing up. You gotta, throughout the week, I'm sure the coaching staff will continue to say, hey, look, we're right there. You know, we're going to have another shot if we can just beat Central. But let's talk for a second. Tom O'Rourke, about as good an inside linebacker play as I've seen in the last 3 years.
Probably the best
I haven't
junior.
seen better.
Probably the best junior in the state when it comes to underclassmen playing the way he plays.
Yeah.
We called out his name, you know, multiple times, just all over. He's a wrecking crew.
He is.
He's just a
linebackers
great instinct.
have got to be able to read, and his instinctive capability to read is really good. To be able to have such a well-executed counterplay and have Tommy, the middle linebacker, read that and come back and make the play on a diving tackle was just huge. Yeah. I don't think this game, I can honestly say he's the one player, but I can say I don't think this game would be quite as close without his play today. He had so many big stop at key moments that put Bedford's offense back on the field.
He
ought to be proud of himself.
Nice job.
I think Bedford's fine. I think they come up here in Concord. Tough place to play. They had one play left. They could have, you know, got a few breaks and got down the field. Maybe one less turnover, maybe a couple less penalties. Certainly that touchdown call, the interference call, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll get Mike to run a rescan on that. We'll find that out. But overall, Bedford can go out of here knowing that they're right there with the best team in their conference, and that's important.
Well, Bedford proved why they're 1 and 2, and now number 2, obviously. But you can see that they're well deserved to be up there playing with the big boys. First time in Division 1. Their first loss to a very tough and determined Concord team in front of a capacity crowd here up in Concord. Great turnout from both Bedford and the Concord fans, and if you showed up here tonight, you saw a heck of a football game.
I got my $3 worth.
You got your $3 worth.
And I have a Castle Hill Productions gift certificate to the snack bar afterwards, Mike, so I'll treat. We'll go out. With that, folks, all kidding aside, what a great game to watch. This is excellent high school football. Really enjoyed working with you, Mike, as always.
Steve. Always fun.
Excellent work as doing the stats. All the coaches are out there together talking with each other on the field. And just an exciting football game to watch.
Yeah, give a shout out to Carol Currier for
Carol Currier, right out there,
sideline video
on the sideline, and
she does a great job.
You'll see that on the remake. So with that, folks, Steve Beals here with Mike Robinson. Always enjoy bringing the games to you here for BCTV and Castle Hill Productions. With that, have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next week.